Welcome. I can unmute them because there's no screen with just me on it. Hello, everyone, and welcome to a very special, collaborative little D&D one-shot. I'm very excited about it. Between myself and Casters and Castles. We're covering for just 1 week while Mr. Gnomes is off on a brief break, so we're taking over this time slot. Everybody can hear me, right? Are we good? Okay, good.
I mean, the cast can.
The cast can, and it seems like the chat can, because they're saying this will be fun. Oh, there's audio. Okay, great. We're wonderful. Hello, I am Legundo, your potentially new internet dad, if you'd like. Streaming, we're on both my channel and on the Casters and Castles channel. Everybody on my stream, this is going to be a little different than our normal just playing games and stuff. You've seen this a couple times here. This is one of those few times that we're doing something a little bit unique. But I'm not alone today. Let's go around the line and kind of introduce everybody. Only because you also have Leg in your name. For no other reason, we're starting with you. Leg Day, you want to introduce yourself to everybody?
I mean, that's fair enough. We are brothers in legs rather than brothers in arms. And I'm Leg Day. I am an esports caster. I cast the Overwatch League. And today I'm going to be playing Cadian Stormborn, geezer, grumpy fucker, and guy with an eldritch deeg.
We're noted. Yeah. So, nice. Okay. Very, very nice. We'll get there. Crowan, we'll go counterclockwise.
Sure. Hello, I am Crowan. I play a couple of shows on Casters Castles channel. Wednesdays with Leg Day here, and Mondays with Eloana, and it's a ton of fun. So ready to do more. I'll be playing a Warforged barbarian named GB01. So that should be exciting.
Very nice. All right, Commander.
Hello, everybody. My name's Commander. I'm a voice actor and dungeon master here on Twitch. I run 4 D&D shows myself, so if you like D&D, come check out my channel as well. I run shows on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. So lots of D&D in my life, and I finally am getting to play less. Speaking of which, I cannot reveal anything about my character. Move on.
Okay. The mysterious stranger from the corner of the room that we will deal with their friend requests later. All right. Eloana?
Yeah, so I'm Eloana. I work in motion capture sales, so if you've seen XNs anywhere on the internet, I work there and I sell that. So I'm going to be playing Lumina. I am a fairy artificer, so thank you, Twitter, for helping me build my character. I appreciate it.
Very nice. The wisdom of crowds. That will potentially come in handy for today's situation, so this will be good. We're going to be doing a nice little Feywild one-shot today. Just kind of messing around, having some fun. This could be good. I have both chats open. There will be a few points in time where you all get to interfere with the proceedings. So whenever you hear somebody calling to the audience in-game, that is actually speaking to you. So let me know what you think, and some of that will make its way into the game as well. I don't think we have any other announcements or anything else like that. We're just, yeah, chat, you're canon for today. So that works. All right. With that being said, everybody ready?
Absolutely.
I don't have like a fancy title sequence to throw it to, so we're just gonna go. And bright flash of blue lights as the 4 of you, each of you find yourself slowly rotating, floating just a little bit off of the ground. Still able to move, but you can't direct yourself in any direction as there's little bits of particles moving around you in every direction. You hear the sound of very nice fine shoes on a very hard, solid floor, the click-clack of heels as somebody's making their way through a hallway. You hear this mechanical as there's a photocopier off in the corner for the artificers in the group. You recognize that. just kind of slowly copying paperwork. This shorter, squat-looking, red-skinned woman starts walking through, hair tightly pulled back into a bun on the back of her head, walks over and grabs a lot of bit of the paper, starts flipping through it, pulls a pencil off from one of her ears, flicks her hand and starts moving on its own, writing on the scripts of parchment in front of her. She's like, all right, a few of you might be confused or disoriented with the current translocation process. Just any nausea from any... Okay, this is only going to apply to you three. Any nausea in any biological systems will resolve in a few seconds. Just take a moment to reorient yourself to the local gravity space. You might need to resync your time zone. We are on Feywild +4, just so you're aware of that. Any lethal weapons will be currently disabled until you enter the play space and arena. You are non-consensually signed up to this contract for the following few hours of entertainment. Any questions immediately, concerns, or complaints, please route them to goodbye@whatthezuck.com. Yeah, anything that you all need in the moment?
I think I speak for all of us when I'm asking what the fuck is going on.
Oh. Wait, did we do this out of order again?
I think you've done it out of order, yes.
Raoul, get over here. And you see this tiny little goblin bounce their way in, little wings, not dissimilar to your fairy wings, as they're hovering just about an inch and a half off of the ground. It's like, so sorry, I was in the restroom. Hello, my friends and champions, welcome. You have been chosen for today's interdimensional entertainment. You might be a little bit confused. Don't worry, there's an informational video which will be playing in just a few moments. And then she beat me here. So she was here first to explain the disclaimers and issues. Welcome. First off, let me just dissuade any concerns. Any damage you receive while in this area is completely non-permanent, and you'll be returned to your own individual universes following the conclusions of today's proceedings. We can provide proof and documentation in the administrative hall that's just down and off to your right, and then second door on your left. And then you're gonna be, once you can move again, she does that part, and he points to the red-skinned woman as well behind that. So give us just 1 second, and we'll be able to potentially help you. And
Wait. What's a video?
Oh, okay, so you're from one of those dimensions. All right, that's great. Imagine like a picture, but it moves and it's got sound.
Oh wow.
So
That
like
sounds bloody
real
amazing.
life?
Yeah, kind of, but it's flat, and it's and they flip their fingers, and this large black rectangular, very thin sheet of, it almost looks like obsidian or glass, just slowly, like really slowly.
Now would be a good time to mention that my character is fast asleep with a blanket on him, sucking
Okay.
his thumb.
Okay, great. So you're completely out. So this takes a painful amount of time. This is maybe a minute and a half of just this monitor slowly lowering down to the point where it's kind of on level with you. You all are slowly dropped down as well into very cushy looking. It's not exactly a chair. It's like a giant sack that it kind of very nicely forms to your body as you're just slowly dropped into it. It's very comfortable at first.
Like a beanbag chair?
Yeah,
kind of?
no, almost exactly like a beanbag chair. As you're just slowly dropped into it, a bunch of cushions like slowly apparate around you. And the screen flashes from black to white with a blue square in the middle with a Z across of it. It's like, welcome to the Zuckerverse. And it slowly moves through. And You see
That's pretty
ahead of
loud.
you. It is THQ level loud.
Okay, so
A bit for THX intro.
but it's Zuck.
Nice.
at that time, my character will wake up he's on a beanbag, you said?
Yeah, you're kind of in this very plush, cushy, extremely large beanbag.
He kind of opens one eye very slowly with like the bright lights, and then realizes that he is also paper thin. He is like laying on the beanbag like across it, paper thin, and he kind of looks around and he looks at his arms and they're all like dangly and gangly, and he looks around at the other people and he goes, "Where am I?" And he puts his thumb in his mouth and his body begins to blow up like a balloon. And as it does, it pops and he kind of becomes 3D from a 2D form and kind of like lands on his beanbag chair. And he kind of scratches his head. What's happening? Where are we? Hello?
Are you a video?
Wow.
What's a video?
Well, that's what I've been asking.
That was a cool trick.
Thank you. I could do lots of tricks, but that doesn't answer my question. How dare you all interrupt my nap? He kind of looks around.
I'm
Confused.
The tiefling woman is just kind of tapping the pencil on her glasses right now, just like slowly, just trying to calm herself. She's like, just 3 more weeks and you're on vacation. Just 3 more weeks and you're on vacation. It's just
Excuse
muttering
me,
under her breath.
peasant. Kind of like puts his finger out to the lady.
At the moment of peasant, you get the most if looks could kill look just immediately locks onto you. Excuse me, son. Daughter? Frog?
Listen, I am King Theodore Thomas Truman Toadstool III, and you shall return me to where I belong in my castle.
Were you sleeping in the first situation? You will be returned immediately upon completion of today's event proceedings. If you would just all wait for a moment. Roll! And the little goblin like scampers off and runs over to, now you see this kind of metallic looking cart with a large black box sitting on the top of it. And Raoul walks over and just presses a finger to the front of it. And all of a sudden it goes from that Z logo to the actual introductory video of what you're working on. So you see a rather plain looking, very sparse room immediately appear on the screen. And a mostly humanoid person walks out. The features are always just a little too elongated. The eyes are a little too large. The head's a little too big. The skin's like very plasticky kind of. It's then you realize that there's no legs. It's just a torso, like floating, but as if motioning as if it would be walking, and it just slowly boop 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 and bops its way off to the center of the screen. It's like, hello and welcome to today's episode of What the Zuck. You four, welcome to this little demi-plane. Just so you all know, you're perfectly safe and you'll be returned to your own realities in just a few hours after a little opportunity to show us your skills and enjoy the pageantry and celebration that is this multi-dimensional contest of champions. You've all been chosen because you're extremely talented from your own realities, and this person is very chipper, like very happy. Like the smile is just a little forced. You can see there's wrinkles on the eyes where it's not tracking.
I'm not gonna do it, but you do hear the king continue to try and interrupt, but like he can't because it's a video. He's what?
Yeah. So as that's going, this is all going, and it's in whatever language you'd prefer, like whatever you're. It's not just in common. If those of you speak Draconic primarily, it's in Draconic. GB, you're getting part of it in direct binary transformation if you'd prefer, right? It's coming through in native Frogling to you, King T. Like everybody's hearing this in whatever your most comfortable language is. So, the events for today are actually relatively simple. We have just a few events that our audience is going to be able to watch and participate along with their arcane spheres, and they're going to be able to influence the way that the events play out. All we ask is that you take the next few hours and live up to your greatest potential to unlock the most entertainment for everyone watching. The two attendants to my right, and the person on the video points to the right, but the two people are standing over here instead. To my right, we'll be able to assist you with the onboarding process as you're going to be able to get ready for today's events. Any other questions can be directed to the people who are right there with you. I will be seeing you, well, the real me will be seeing you in just a few minutes for the actual games. Thank you all so much for your participation, and welcome to the show. And the screen now goes black, and then...
Jeez, does that guy ever stop talking? My goodness.
Yeah, it was like a 5-minute thing.
Is that Zuck? Is that Zuck? Who just spoke to us, and how did that work?
That was a pre-recorded message from the game master of today's proceedings. Yes, that is the Zuck. You'll see him in just a few minutes. You have any other questions?
Is he only half?
No, the real one has legs.
Oh.
Is there another one of those where it's just for legs talking?
I haven't seen that one, but that would be really boring because the legs don't have a mouth.
Well,
I do
There's
have a
spells
question.
for that. There's spells for that.
I also have a question.
Yes?
How dare he speak to me in that way? I don't understand any of those words.
All right, let's proceed in this direction down this, like... You can tell this person has seen this. Like, they've been through this so many times. They're ready to go. And they direct you out of your beanbags, which take a second to find
Crawl your way out of it.
Yeah, like you have to kind of crawl your way out. It's very large, oversized. All right? And the four of you are ushered. As you all stand up, a white line emblazons itself across the floor and lights up and traces down and then out the door and to the left. It's like, just follow the line to the staging area. You'll be able to talk with your different promotional teams there.
Promotional what?
What's that?
Were you not paying?
No?
Just follow the line, please.
Okay.
They said they were going to answer questions, but I seem to be more confused every single time something happens.
They keep saying the big words and I don't understand them.
You're telling me I don't even know what you all are.
So that's actually a perfect example. You all introduced your characters' names. Do you want to describe to everybody what you all see when you're looking at each other? We got a little bit of a description of the frog.
Alright. I'll start for Cade. He's fairly physically imposing. He's about 6'2". He's probably about 30 to 40. Certainly an older human male. Got a very full beard of dark hair and swept back long black hair. He's holding what, to us humans, appears to be a desert eagle, but it's built around a rod of a pact keeper, which looks like it would be used for blasting something. And on his hip, he's got a quite scary-looking sword. He's in a bit of a cloak, and from the eye patch over what appears to be something reasonably glowy over one of his eyes, he looks quite a bit like a pirate, and certainly looks like he's been sort of stained on the clothes by salt and brine spraying up over him.
Very nice. We'll go the same order. So, Crow.
Yeah, sure. For GB01, you see about a 6'4", just warforged, but they don't look that, in great shape. It looks like very janky, like metal plates. Some are kind of rusted. It seems like some around like the neck-ish like area are like have like fallen apart, and there's like kind of like wires kind of almost mimicking like tendons there. It's kind of a janky looking warforged put together.
Okay.
Okay, Commander.
King Toadstool stands at about 2.5, 3 foot tall. Uniquely colored compared to the rest of you. He's very flat in color, almost no shadows anywhere on him. He has like this black bolded outline around him, and when he walks, you can almost hear the like under his feet. He's not wearing any shoes. So he's just got those little frog flippers that are squishing on the ground. As for his outfit, he's wearing like a yellow unitard with a red cape and of course a beautiful king's crown that's has these little red gems on the tip of the little points on it. And he's very pompously walking, looking around, and he keeps muttering under his breath, "Where is Jeeves? Oh."
Okay. And then Eloana?
So Lumina is a small creature because she's a fairy, and she rarely, actually walks on her feet, so the majority of this time she's flying. Her wings are basically like pinks and purples and yellows, very brightly colored, and she's got bright blue hair, but her actual armor is kind of mimicking forestry and mildly druidish looking, but she carries a crossbow, and she's also got an interesting looking wand that looks like it's made of rock candy, so we'll see if that comes into play later on.
Excellent. As you all follow this line, some of you walking with a little bit of a clanking footstep, some of you kind of suctioning to the floor, leaving kind of, you would expect a wet footprint behind from the sound that it's making, but there's no trace. It's just as if King T is not actually touching the ground. No dust is moved, nothing. There's no tracks. And Kate, as you walk behind King T, there's a moment where he sort of vanishes from view as you enter that profile section, and then you go back and the perspective kind of twists for a second. It's concerning immediately.
I look back and I go, "What are you looking at?"
Oh, don't forget to eat my oranges. It's a scurvy dream.
You creatures are weird. You're bubbly like bubblegum.
What do you mean by bubbly?
Like,
Is that an insult? Are you trying to insult us?
Without even skipping a beat, no shame, walks up to you and pokes you in the arm.
like fleshy.
Well, you're flat.
And? Do you have a problem with being flat?
I mean, yeah, look at you. You're not even a whole humanoid. Whatever.
You're all the weird ones, not me.
Oh, sky suffer and give me strength to not ice, motherfucker.
He's got the personality of a Karen, but the body of a cartoon.
Pretty much. He's very snarky, and he kind of reaches into his pocket. I'd like to try and pull out a trumpet.
Go ahead, roll a d20.
9.
Okay, you're fine.
Okay, so I pull out a trumpet, and I instead of blowing into it, I kind of toss it up into the air, and it kind of twirls by itself, kind of magically twirls, and you hear a. And my character kind of goes out and does a bow, a fanfare bow, and he says, as he does that, the trumpet lands on his head, and he kind of kneels down and looks up at you all and grabs the trumpet off the ground and puts it back in his pocket, and he goes, "I am King." And as he's saying it, you've already heard this before. I'm not going to repeat myself, but he says his whole name.
It's worth noting that both when the trumpet was playing, as well as when the trumpet hit in the head, when the trumpet was playing, you saw these little squiggly lines appear directly in front of the trumpet itself. And when the trumpet hit in the head, you actually saw the word bonk appear in the sky for just a brief moment above his head with a little cloud behind it. And then it quickly popped and disappeared. The onomatopoeia was immediately visible.
Weird.
No,
Alright,
King
I've
T,
definitely got scurvy.
King T, I think you are the weird one here.
That would be incorrect. Look at you. You're not even fleshy. You're the weirdest of all of us.
He starts poking at you. Ding, 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 ding.
Well, you and I are weird, but that includes you.
I'm not weird. I'm not weird. You guys are the weird ones. This is my kingdom.
I don't think this is your kingdom.
This
do you
is
use to keep up?
definitely not his kingdom. Please move along.
At that, this is the first time you've seen him dejected, like sad, like, oh. Well,
Yeah,
then
I
what
think
am I?
We're under the same rules here.
He's having a crisis right now. He's like, who am I?
Okay. So, as you can continue the conversation, you have a few moments, but you're starting being ushered towards this large circular door with very fancy red curtains staged up on both sides of it. In the text, in big, different bulb light presentation, you can see prep room over the top of it as you're all being led through this very sparse, white, almost glass-like hallway towards this large, curtained-off door.
Do we go through?
Yeah, what is our marching order? Does it matter?
You're all kind of walking just across from each
Yeah.
other. Who wants to be the first through? Who wants to be the first to see what
Obviously.
happens?
I mean, I obviously want to, but you guys could feel free to step in front of me because you could just push him out of the way pretty easily.
I think I was established to be behind the frog, being like, why are his footsteps wet? They sound wet.
Yeah.
Why is there some Schrodinger sogginess going on here?
I
That is a
flourish, the
brand
curtain
new
open.
sentence. That has never been said before. Why is there some Schrodinger sogginess happening right here?
I like that a lot.
Welp. Okay, we've crossed the line. Let's go.
I flourish the curtain open with my nose up snoodily.
The curtain flies forward as you walk into what can really only be described as a large makeup and dressing room. There is all sorts of different outfits on hooks, on racks as far as the eye can see. You see multiple different groups of, not unfamiliar to yourself, Lumiere, these pixie-like, fairy-like entities immediately stop and turn. Some are holding combs, brushes, large hair dryers. There's a fan. There's little puffs of makeup coming off of a large brush, and they all turn and look at you, and all of them smile simultaneously. And they're like, "It's time!" And they
Oh, my people.
fly towards you all. You all get ushered off.
Well, I think this is the wrong room for me. Nothing for me here. I'll just...
We got a metal one! The woman says, and you see kind of off in the back corner a slightly different group. Still the same pixies and fairies, but instead of brushes and combs, it's screwdrivers, hammers. One has a large oil can, and they're turning and they're like, "Finally!" And they fly towards you.
Oh, that looks like my people.
All right, so you all work your way forward. Here's basically the first thing. You need to come up with a presentation for your introduction of your own character to the audience of the show, right? Like, you have a moment where it's almost like a wrestling style introduction where you get to introduce yourself to the audience, those watching right here, and they'll all get to root for you and cheer for you, and you'll start to sway them towards your different support or anything else along those lines. Considering they've already been watching you, they might already have their favorites. But it's there. You're basically, all of them are asking. Each of you have an assistant asking you. It's like, would you like fire, waves, wind, colors, animation? We can come up with basically anything. We only have about 6 minutes though, so you're gonna have to keep it to 30 seconds or less. Do you use seconds? Like, it's just rattled off on questions of what you all want to do. So, just to make this fun, and nobody gets to choose what order you go in, I would like everyone to roll initiative for me. And we will be going in initiative order where you all have to basically describe your introduction.
Rolled terribly.
That might be good. That means you get to go last.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
In a sense.
Got a 4.
14.
13.
We're missing a GB01 roll.
4.
4. Okay, so then, how
Oh, man, we're both
appropriately, King T, your group starts finishing up your makeup, your preparation, everything else along those lines, you're ushered towards a secondary curtained off door, and you're told, it's like, all right, we prepared your intro package as you've requested. You're all ready to go. We'll hit the button and you're good to go.
King Theodore, Truman, Toadstool, whatever his name is, he looks at the person kind of confusedly. Is anyone seeing him? Like, or is he kind of in a room by himself now with the person?
For the moment, you've kind of been ushered out of the main prep room where everybody is in, and you're kind of in this little airlock, for lack of a better term. So it's just you, one other person who's doing the last little bit of detail work on the costume that you've requested, and then the person who's the technician who's waiting there to like hit the panels, open up the curtain, and usher you through.
Okay, so I think what I'd like to do is try and pull a mirror out of my pocket.
Yeah, go ahead, roll a d20.
14.
Okay, you're fine.
Okay, so pull a mirror out of my pocket and look at my face. It's one of those moments in a cartoon where, like, it's after, you know, in like the Looney Tunes where they put all the makeup on like Bugs Bunny and he's got like lipstick and blush and he looks like horrible, and like that's what I look like.
Yeah.
And I just like I kind of like take my hand and just rub it all off and just go back to the way I was, and I go, I hate this place, and I put the mirror back in my pocket.
You and me both.
What I would like to do is take out a paintbrush out of my pocket.
Go ahead.
Here, I'll roll it on the thing just for fun.
Yeah.
It'd be funnier if everyone could see it, because there's a custom roll thing here. All right, 8.
You're fine.
Okay, so I pull out a paintbrush, like a comically large paintbrush, and kind of lean on it, and I go, okay, I'm ready.
All right. And they push the button and describe the pageantry, fireworks, and everything else that everyone sees as King T enters the arena of the Lightning Cube.
Okay, so as it rises up and I see the crowd all around, I kind of raise the paintbrush and my arms out, and out of my pockets, I would like to have a couple trumpets come out. So should I roll 2 d20s?
Yeah, just roll 2. Let's make it fun.
All right. 2 d20s. 19 and 17.
Still fine. You're good to go.
Okay. All right, so the 2 trumpets come out and they start twirling around and they do the familiar trumpet fanfare. And as they do, I take my paintbrush and I go, hello, things, creatures, whatever you are. The trumpets land on my head again and they kind of clatter to the ground. And as they do, I kind of set the paintbrush down awkwardly. Everyone's just staring awkwardly as I'm putting the trumpets back in my pockets. Mm-hmm. And I pick up the paintbrush again and I'm looking around and I go, oh, I really messed that one up. Okay, watch this. And I take my paintbrush and I start like lathering it across my body. And as I do, my shape changes. Like I change my skin color to purple, and then I change my hat to like a propeller hat. And then 3 or 4 more changes. After like the 4th change, I'm literally just David Hasselhoff. Like at one point, like just kind of flashes for just a moment that it's just literal David Hasselhoff, like from the SpongeBob movie.
Okay.
Like I just keep going. And finally I return to my regular form and I go, ta-da!
Make a charisma check with advantage.
Okay. Roll with advantage. 14.
14. You get a little bit of a crew. You see a group of similarly looking animated people off, kind of in like up in one side, off to your left, and you see King T, King T, King T on signs that they've started to set up. But you get a little bit of a reaction from the crowd as you start making your way through.
All right, so I'll point at them when I go, there's my people up there. Hello.
King T, King T, King T. Woo, yeah.
I bow and these roses come out of nowhere. And just...
Nice. Okay. All right. And then you make your way through and in. Next up, Cade. They usher you through whatever presentation you'd like to finish, anything else, music, choice. Just describe how Cade would want his wrestling intro to go, basically.
As the curtain opens to the backstage, there is no Cade, just a a deep wave of water rushing out into like, I imagine what's like a plastic kind of glass like surround so that it doesn't just flood the arena.
Okay.
And once that's filled up to the top of the plastic, like I imagine it's just like a swimming pool.
Yeah.
From the top of the arena, down comes like a massive coil of lightning into the water, and it kind of opens up the water in the middle, and Cade's standing there in the middle with his degrazed.
Heavy metal music playing in the background.
And it goes down into the barrel of the Deeg, and then he just sort of like fans the hammer, shoots it into the water. And then the water kind of just sparks up and then all evaporates with some upcoming lightning. And he just like sort of yells out into the crowd, "Behold, I am the storm."
Make a charisma check with advantage.
I know how to do that.
Just roll 2.
That's 1 and 2.
12. So
Whew. It's rough.
So you're like, I am the storm. And then you peek
I
over and you see a kind of elderly centaur looking gentleman who's holding his shoulder. He's like, "Medic! Medic!" As one of your bullets appears to have, instead of aiming directly into the air, caught into the crowd. So, like, you've lost that corner of the audience, but the rest of them are like, yeah! Like, you get some people who are super excited, and some others who
sorry
are.
about that. Hey, that one's on me. That one's on me.
And you get ushered through. You were both 4s. Who wants to go? You want to roll off to see who goes first?
I'm ready if you don't want to go, Kron.
Yeah, you can go. Sure,
Okay.
Go for it.
Okay.
So,
in this case, basically, Lumina has been kind of like scheming with the other fairies, to figure out what to do.
okay.
So she has decided that, she's gonna have the lights dimmed, and then she's gonna have kind of like sparklers, and some of the fairies are gonna come out with like those glow sticks you see at like K-pop concerts, like the like themed glow sticks, and the fairies are gonna be on the sides of the stage. But she comes out, but it's not really her. It's her virtual persona. So it's kind of like she's coming out as like a VTuber. essentially.
Hologram?
Yeah, she's coming out as like a hologram, like Hatsune Miku or something like that. So she's coming out and she's going to perform like a pop song, essentially, that she kind of wrote on the spot with the other fairies. And it'll be based around like fairy lore and things like that. So she's going to do that, and then basically end her performance by creating her Eldritch cannon and have that shoot out like a flamethrower, and then end her performance with that, and the lights dim down at the end of the song.
Nice. Make a charisma check with advantage.
Alrighty. So, charisma. Alright, 18.
18. When you first pull out the cannon, you hear a group of the audience go, "Ah!" And then it's fire and flames and sparkles and everything else. Everybody erupts in applause so far. You've got the biggest response from everybody.
Alright.
Like, you have the cheers. You have the audience's attention right now.
Nice.
And
nice.
then, GB, you're standing back there getting ready as Luna's little routine finishes up. The music starts to fade out. The K-pop music fades out. And then what does everybody see?
Okay, in not completely unlike all the rest of this fashion, GB01 just walks out. No music, no nothing. Is just like you hear the clank, 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 clank. Yep, walks forward, turns to the crowd. Is it like a dome? Is like circles, like crowd everywhere?
It is rectangular.
Rectangular.
It's,
Okay.
it's a cube, basically.
Cool. Okay,
But yeah.
got you. Yeah, we'll just face the crowd one way and then be like, crowd that way and that way. And just be like constantly in a spinning motion as it starts and says, "Hello, observers. I am GB01. I didn't know that I would be here today, but I think this is a good opportunity for me. You see, I was created to, well, at first, be a gambler, but I lost too much money. And then I was repurposed to be a defense bot. and that didn't work out either. And then a cook, but I burnt too much food, and I was worried my creators would think that I'm not useful anymore. But maybe being here, I can be an entertainer and entertain you all. So that is my new purpose. And just kind of leaves it just like deadpan like after that.
Make a charisma check with advantage, because about halfway through your story, the house band sort of picked up on what you were working with, and they started playing a little bit of like a sad tune to help reinforce the story and lock everything through.
All right. Oh boy, okay, that's a 5, and then an 18 for the second one.
Okay. 18? 18 works. I can't see your rolls.
Yeah.
That's weird.
I can't see anyone else's either. I don't know why.
Oh,
Are you
no.
logged into the campaign?
Did you make your character public?
Oh, maybe yeah.
That might
that's
be
a
it.
problem.
Either
I'll
way,
try
we can
to
figure it
that
out.
up, but,
But
yeah.
an 18. 18 works. So at first, it's silence as you get through your story. But as you finish, there's just a beat where there's no immediately reaction. And then you hear a woman's voice, "We love you, GBO1!" And then, wah! The crowd erupts out of nowhere. You get a bit of a reaction. And people are excited. You're all kind of championing your own sections of the crowd as you're getting everything done. And then all of a sudden, right after your section ends, the music stops. The lights cut out. And then all of a sudden, a set of blue lasers point towards the sky. Boom. And then the house band starts playing this really odd sounding song. Commander, if you could help me out for a second.
Uh-huh.
And then all of a sudden, there's this funky jazz music that starts playing as from the sky, a large white disc starts descending. And you hear, "Please welcome the host, the benevolent dictator of the inner and outer planes, leader of the social, champion of the causal. It is Zuck Facerberg!" Ah! The audience starts losing it as they all move their way down, and you see the full human, mostly human, personification of the torso you saw in the video before as they slowly start descending. "Hello, welcome you. Yes, I love you. Hello, welcome." And they start pulling everybody through, and they slowly descend and make their way to the ground. Like, hello, and welcome to this week's episode of What the Zuck. Give a round of applause for our champions, please. And everybody's like, yeah. You have this moment where it's just like, you are 4 random D&D adventures in the middle of an Apple keynote event. As
Nice.
Zuck
Beautiful.
Facerberg is standing in front of you, describing, like, and just trying to rally the crowd in excitement. It's like, all right, you've all had a moment to work and to determine your favorites in the championship. I would just like to see who your favorites are. If you could send a quick poll in through your arcane spheres, taxes and surcharges may apply. You could please indicate the current crowd favorite so we can get started with today's games in the Lightning Cube. And then the music goes,
legs.
Yeah. And yeah, you can see, legs are fully connected, present, in like a beige-ish kind of pants. Very
Perfect camouflage for an IKEA showroom.
very plain belt, very like moderately tight-fitting blue shirt with this kind of weirdly high collar around. Similar features. Like it's about the same of what you saw in the cartoon, just with legs and slightly more actually flesh instead of more animated like.
Do you want me
like
to run the
King T.
poll in the Casters and Castles
Yes, if
chat?
you could. Yeah, my mods already hit it right away.
All right. GB.
But yeah, if we could run a
Okay.
poll as well, King T and Lumina. All right, and with that, we have a little bit of an option. So, thank you all so much for coming in. We appreciate you so much for your participation. You all working your way through here. Oh man, favorite contestant. Everybody's getting it through. GB, the Storm, King Frog, or Lumina. Nice. So, as you all get there, they immediately start describing the games. So we're gonna have 3 different events for tonight. It's really easy. One's a very simple sort of group race across a nice little simple course that we have set up for you all. The second's a bit of a social deduction game that we love playing with our contestants after you've got time to know each other and get everything going. And then finally, it's the competition to claim the ultimate trophy. Are you all ready to go? Is it exciting? Do you have any questions?
Many.
What if we get if we win?
Oh, glory. Glory, my fairy friends.
That's it?
I mean, there's...
Do I get my freedom back?
Oh, you all get your freedom back regardless.
Oh, okay.
Am I, excuse me, am I winning?
Oh, they kind of bend down. It's like, oh, look at you.
I raise an eyebrow and I kind of poke my finger into his nose. And I say,
How dare you? Don't you look down on me.
So instead of leaning down, they kind of instead like squat and like get down to your level. But now it's like, well, now I'm not.
Semantics. Loopholes!
This is the Feywild, my friend. It's nothing but loopholes. As you hear a little bit of like canned laughter, not from the crowd. It just kind of appears in the air around you all for a few seconds and then slowly fades away.
That's my gig.
Okay. All right. Any other questions? Any other last minute preparations or anything else you all need to do? Excellent. Let's get
Cade casts
started.
Mage Armor on himself.
Okay. Mage Armor cast on yourself. All right, everybody. Say it with me now. You all know how this works. Let's get ready. What the zuck? And the second the crowd screams, everything goes black for a moment. And then it flashes back, immediately heat searing on your face as the four of you are standing on the starting line of what looks like a 300-foot bridge straight over lava. As you're all standing here, it's a 40-foot wide bridge as you're all standing in different starting positions, this blue kind of particle field in front of you. And you hear this, you see this large screen flying through on a different rotation and everything else. It's like, all right, everyone, prepare for the first event. It's the death race.
The what race?
I don't like those words.
What?
Things have suddenly taken a turn. Like,
I thought you said we get to go home after this. If we die here, do we die in real life?
not most of the time.
But some of the time?
It's very specific conditions, but it hasn't happened in this first event. In our first event, our four champions will simply have to move from here to there in a 300-foot all-out sprint to see who can cross the line first.
Normally, I would have one of my servants do this for me. Can I call on one of them? Do I get a phone call?
Phone a friend is not available during the first event.
Unfortunate.
With that being
Why are
said,
you worried, fairy lass? You can fly, can't you?
Me?
No, the fairy.
What
she
about
worried
me?
about the lava?
What? I mean, but like, what if it like bubbles up and like flies up in the sky and like hits me or something?
Fly higher.
I mean,
As they're having a conversation, you all hear this sound from behind you. And you see the frog trying to sneak off. And then as you all look at him, he goes, "Damn it, sound effects!"
and with that,
where are you gonna go though? Like, how do you get home? You can't leave.
I didn't think of that. Sometimes I don't think, I just do.
all right, you all are gonna want to mute the thing,
What thing?
the stream, so we don't have the double. But can you all see the battle map?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. With that, I would like all of you to roll initiative.
Oh shit. Where's I put that?
Okay. I have not resolved my issue, and I'm not sure how. But...
It's okay. I will trust you for the rolls. Okay.
Another 7. Let's go.
15.
Okay, so Cade is a 7, GB is a 15, King T is a 17, and Luna is a 7.
An 8.
Oh, an 8. So sorry. Cade is 11. All right. The field suddenly drops, and King T, with your little ding, 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 you were just a few inches ahead of everybody else. I'm guessing now kind of off to the left instead of where everybody else is. You see this long bridge ahead of you and this large gate kind of at the front, which you assume is the finish line. So it looks a little intimidating.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do?
I would like to, I still have my paintbrush, so I would like to paint on some roller skates.
Make a dexterity check for me.
Rolling dexterity check. 13.
13. You swipe through and you get yourself a set of hot pink roller skates. The one wheel's a little crooked, but they're functional in the moment.
Okay, so as that happens, you see my legs begin to twirl and smoke begin to come up, like, from beneath me.
Yeah.
And I take off down the runway. In the meantime, I would like to rage.
All right.
So with my rage, my eyes kind of flare up. All of these cartoon effects kind of fly off of me. My paintbrush starts glowing, and I need to roll on the wild magic table.
Yes, please.
As a wild magic barbarian, let's see what I get here.
Ooh, I came up with my own wild magic table. So
we can roll on that. So I'll just tell you the
just
number.
tell me what you get.
3.
3?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So as you start flowing through, you start running, all of a sudden the world gets this sort of pearlescent view to it. Right?
Okay.
And you see several different fairies holding these weird box-like contraptions kind of apparate along the bridge. As you see these it looks like they're pointing these boxes at all of you all. But you see like 4, 5, 6 fairies in your immediate vicinity just immediately kind of apparate. They're somewhat translucent and anything else, but you book it, and right along the edges you see so many of these fairies with these boxes. You don't know what they do, but they're all just pointing at you.
Okay, turns to Lumina. Those friends are yours.
No,
Am I the
only
only one
King
who
T
sees them?
sees them.
Oh, only King T
So
can
that's
see
Only
my
them.
wild
King T
magic
can see
ability.
them.
Is it like revealed them?
You all of a sudden you see these fairies just somewhere
Okay.
around.
All
Okay,
right.
so my eyes have those classic like spirals in them, like I'm tripping out, like a cartoon
Exactly
tripping out.
that, yeah.
All right. Yeah, I make a run for it, and because I see these things, I kind of keep my eyes out, the corners of my eyes out, to try and dodge anything they might shoot at me.
What's your running speed?
35.
35. Just straight ahead. 35 feet.
Yep.
Just
And then
legging it.
I guess, can I dash?
Yeah, we'll say the bonus action was to give yourself roller skates.
Well, my bonus action would have had to been rage, I guess.
So let's call the roller skates an action. So
Okay,
So-
can we
but
say the roller
we'll
skates
give
give me
you-
like 5 extra or 10 extra?
I'll give you
movement
10 extra
speed?
movement for the roller skates, sure.
Okay, cool.
But it's
That'll
going to be
do for me,
harder to
that's it.
stop.
Okay, sounds good.
That'll be
I like
your
that.
trade-off. All right, so King T, roller skates painted on, rage, and starts running forward. GB01, you're up
All
next.
right. I think GB01 just kind of gets down in like almost a sprinter's pose, and then just starts like booking it, just metal clank, 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 just going as fast as he can.
Okay, so action.
Speed, yeah, speed is 40, and use action to dash, so just Sorry,
So
zooming.
you're zooming. Okay. So just full on, just clank, 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 clank. You just immediately take the lead. As you clear, oh wow, this bridge is not to the scale that I hoped it was. We're gonna say every square is 10 feet.
Yeah, sure.
So that means you're here and you're about here. We're gonna say every square is 10 feet because this bridge is smaller than I thought it was. Whoops. Thank you
Imagination.
to the amazing Dice Grimorium. They have an amazing Patreon for making maps available. It was just a little shorter than what I thought it was. My bad.
Just like on Tinder.
All of a sudden, you hear, as you say that, you hear two giggles just out of nowhere, just just right behind you. You turn, nothing's there, but you hear just the littlest bit of giggling from that. All right, so with that, just full-on action dash.
Yep.
Okay, Cade.
Oh, I became a fucking pirate to get away from fucking lava. And Kate just starts running after them, the same with the dash action, but I only have 30 feet of movement because I am a lowly warlock human
10,
man.
20, 30, 10, 30, 60. So that would put you to there.
Nice.
If you're just running. All right.
Just running.
Just full
Can
running.
I bonus action perception check to see if there are any traps? I do have a passive perception and investigation of 20 and over.
I will say you can, yeah, because your passive is that high, go ahead and make a perception check. It's going to be a little higher DC because it is only a bonus action. 15? You
Roll with a 10
notice,
challenge.
you do notice that there's different textures to different tiles. You don't get immediately, it's like, this one's bad, this one's not. But you see different patterns on different tiles.
Can I note what texture V1 I appear to have landed on and not triggered anything is?
So you look at the one that you're currently standing on, and there's this sort of hexagonal pattern on the tile. And you see a few others that are somewhat like that, and then you have a few others that it's like, this one's more circles, this one's a little more swoopy, this one is the same, but it's inverted. Like, it's somewhat slapdash, you're not sure what a pattern is, but where you're standing, hexagon. Okay, with that, Lumira.
Lumina is going
sorry.
to also dash, but like flying instead of walking. So her speed is 30, whether she's walking or flying. So yeah, so 60 total. She's not gonna do anything else because she doesn't sense any danger right now.
Okay, so
Fingers
just
crossed.
full sprint. Everybody made
Full
just
sprint, yes.
everybody just full sprint and or roller skating behind you.
Just kidding.
With that in, KT, King T, you're up next.
All right. So I see the boxes. Am I near any of them? Like, are they still pointed at me? Like, are they directly to my
They're-
left and right?
Almost exactly over the edges of the bridge. You see a few that are floating a little bit higher, but in the center
Okay.
of where you're.
And
of
am
where
I
you're
near them, or am I approaching them? Am I
There's
past
one
any
about
of them?
15 feet forward and about 5 feet to your left at the edge of the bridge.
Is that the first one?
That's the first one that's in front of you. You already passed one as you were running.
Okay, got it. All right. I think I would like to. I'm gonna take out my out of my pocket. I'm gonna try and pull out my hammer of bonking.
Okay, roll a d20, see if you get your hammer.
15.
One of these days you'll roll low enough. Okay, yeah, no, you're good.
Okay. All right. So as I'm running, I start.
Okay.
And then finally pull out my hammer.
I was double
And,
checking what that sound effect was for. Okay, great.
Yeah, I was like, it sounds like you have a tummy ache.
Yeah, a little
What's
bit.
going on?
It was just fine. It's just pulling. I mean, it took a long time. It's a big wooden mallet, just a giant wooden mallet.
It is worth
Does the
noting.
death race have a pit stop?
You all see like this tiny pocket get opened, and then all of a sudden this gigantic hammer gets pulled out of it. Like
Yes.
Wild.
very cartoon logic.
my pockets of hammer space.
Yeah.
As I pull out my pocket, it stretches out the little edge of it, which then kind of reforms back to its regular position after I pop it out. And I'm gonna take this hammer, and as I'm running by the first box, as I get up to it, I would like to like jump up in the air, stall in the air with the hammer and like like smash it.
Okay, so you roller skate your way over
Yeah.
and trying to make a jumping smash attack. I'm gonna say because you're on roller skates, let's make this a disadvantage. I just want to see what happens.
We just see him swinging at empty space.
You see
right?
him swinging at empty space. None of you all see what he's going for.
Oh, you said disadvantage. Oh, my bad. So of the two of them, it was a 6 + 8, which would make it 14.
14? 14's enough. All of a sudden, you all see him swing at nothing, and then you see a fairy poof into existence, and then get hit and turn into a cloud of sparkles as push, and then this small green metallic box just ting 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 onto the bridge ahead of you. It lands on a certain square, and then all of a sudden that square just a column of fire erupts out of the ground where it is, and now the box is there, but it's slightly deformed and sizzling a little bit as it's making its way through. You have successfully killed a cameraman as you all make your way through, skating.
As I continue,
yeah.
Can I continue so that I still get my whatever left?
So that's
was
about
15 feet in
half
front
your
of me?
movement, yeah. So
Okay. So then I smash the thing. That's my action.
yeah.
And then I continue onward for the rest of my movement speed. As I'm going, the camera like zooms into my face, and I look directly at the fourth wall, and I go, "This reminds me of my wedding night." And then as I do that, just like this very classic sound effect, and you see like this just flashback above my head of my queen wife frog like bonking me on the head, and it's an innuendo for sex.
And you were able to fit your backstory into something, so you get a +1 to your next roll.
Oh my gosh.
They had a family, as there's just sparkle glitter dust, just push. Like it's still.
Did he just summon a fairy to kill it?
As you
I
see
didn't
this,
see that before.
Yeah, behind where now King T has flown through, there's just lightly falling glitter. Just iridescent of all different colors, just falling into the sky and everything else.
And yeah, he has no idea he killed the cameraman. He thinks he did something good.
Yeah, you know. Yeah, you have no
How many
idea.
points was that?
-2.
Hey.
Wah, wah, wah.
Yeah. Welcome, Raiders, on the Casters and Castles channel. We're having some fun tonight. This is gonna be good. All right. That being said, you've successfully bonked a camera fairy. With all of that,
I'm all done. I'm ready.
GB, you're up
Bonked
next.
is an interesting way to say killed.
Poof.
Murdered.
Same difference.
Successfully, you've successfully unpoofed a fairy. You sparkleized it.
All right. GB still just head down, sprinting, clang, 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 just zooming.
Straight ahead.
Yep, straight forward.
Okay, full movement speed, 30 feet. You get about halfway though.
Movement speed should be 40.
Oh, 40. So yeah, so
But-
40,
but
80,
yeah.
but we're doing 10 per
Something
square because of
happens.
this. You get about halfway, and your foot sinks about an inch as you go through. Go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw for me, please.
Whoa. Okay. Dex save. That is an 8.
8?
Yeah.
Okay. All of a sudden,
That's not
click, 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 click. This column of fire erupts out of nowhere. You take 7 points of fire damage
Oof. Okay.
as you're just surrounded in the square. It kind of ruins your sprint a little bit. You're still able to continue moving forward. You'll lose about 5 feet of movement. So that's just going to put you 1 square further back. But that's...
All right.
So that's what you're
GB appears unfazed, but does say audibly, "Ow!" But
Yeah.
keeps sprinting. Just clink, 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 clink.
Also, my chat was saying I should roll to see if the camera fairy had a family. They did.
Probably, yeah.
Roll for tragedy.
2 kids. 2 kids at home. They were only 1 week away from retirement, man. That was just rough.
Oh,
Oh, Commander's not even here. He walked away.
Man, hitting us in the field.
He's
It's
got to
okay.
go claim those
We
kids.
all know.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
We all know, chat. We all
He's
know.
paying
The
their child
rest of
support
us
now.
know. When Commander gets back, just shame him in both chats, please. Like that'll be wonderful, right? Yeah. No. Anyway, moving on. As you get immolated a little bit from a little bit of fire.
Yep.
That is your turn if you're just full on sprinting. So, Cade.
Cade wants to try and follow GBO1's path instead of rolling down his own now.
Okay.
So his sprint is going to kind of push past Lumina.
Okay.
And into where GB has shown safe tiles, and then try and move up that way to avoid, of course, GB's big doo-doo tile.
So since tiles are 10 feet, you can stop right before the trapped one. You lose 10 feet of movement by guaranteeing a safe path.
Yeah.
Unless you want to go left
No,
or right.
I ain't stepping in the doo-doo tile.
I mean, you could try left or right. You can move diagonal and try to still get a little bit more distance.
Well, let's try diagonal to the right.
Diagonal to the right?
Yeah.
Nope. You're fine.
Pog.
You're
I would
ready.
like-
You're
I'd like
ready
to once
for it,
again,
and then nothing.
I'd like to once again note what's on the tile under me.
This one is squares.
Okay. So that's squares and hexagons, and neither of them have franked me so far.
Okay. That being said, Lumina, you're up.
All right, I'm gonna keep flying at my full speed, not caring because I am praying that me not touching stuff.
Touching the ground. Yeah.
It's fine.
Its full is
No,
30, 10,
60 total.
10,
so
20, 30, 40, 50, 60. So you could. You can't exactly.
I'll go to the right of Kate.
To the right of Kate. Okay. So yeah. So
What's up?
you fly up next to Kate.
Kate's gonna have like some of that sparkling ash of the cameraman on his shoulder, be like, "You know this guy?" As he brushes it off.
I don't think I knew that one. Maybe.
Do me a favor. Roll a history check.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh man. I have a +5. Let's see. 13.
13. They were part of your opening routine.
Oh.
I did know them.
Yeah, they were part of your opening routine.
They held the light stick so well.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Real hero. I'm sure there's a place in whatever God's
So
heaven
sad.
for this glitter.
Their poor family.
As you two
Tell
are
me
having
all
that
about
moment.
their kids.
As you two are having that moment, KT, back to you.
All right. I would like to, in my one hand, hold my hammer. In my other hand, I would like to try and pull out the world's smallest violin.
Roll a d20.
Imagine if the world's smallest violin brought you over encumbrance.
You're good.
All right. So I pull out the world's smallest violin and I play it as I run by the other fairies who are saddened by the loss of their cameraman friend.
Full sprint.
Sadness.
I say, I'm pretty sure I heard that nothing bad ever happens here and that nobody can actually get hurt, right? Right?
I don't know about that one.
50, 60, 70, 80 is
Oh,
full.
yeah.
Would be full sprint if you're using your action.
90.
80,
90.
90. Okay, dead straight ahead. Are you?
I mean, my character's pretty stupid, so yeah.
Okay. As you get to your last tile, you feel it chink sink in a little bit. Go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw for me, please.
Uh-oh.
20. Not natural.
Nice. Okay.
Roy
so-
did 20.
What's up?
Roy did 20 because it's not natural.
Oh yeah.
Dirty 20.
Oh, okay. It took me a second. I've never heard it that way. Okay, that totally works. So you only take 4 points of fire damage as that you immediately see as it cracks down. These little burners activate along all the edges of the tile and throw fire up towards you.
Got it.
All right. With that, GB, you're up.
All right, GB is there's a reason that GB's past jobs didn't really work out. Doesn't really learn from his mistakes, so he just keeps on just clank, clank, clank forward.
Full sprint. So 1, 2,
Full
3, 4,
sprint.
5, 6, 60 feet total if you're full action sprint.
Should be 80 feet total.
70, 80. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and that will be it, unless anything has happened and I fall and die.
Oddly enough, you're like, man, must have been a one-off. Clank, 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 clank. Yeah,
Cool.
oddly enough, in that path, in that distance, no, nothing immediately happens.
We take those, all right. Sick.
Okay, cool. Cade.
For Caden Caesar being the survivalist pirate, he's gonna nip off on a diagonal left and then follow the GB trail of clangs.
Clank, 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 clank. I think
This goes all around
60
here.
feet for you, though, right?
Yes.
Okay, so then
I am
you'd be
slowly
there.
losing distance.
Yeah, you'd be... Wait, so you were here 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Yeah, so you'd be there. Okay, perfect. Just clank, 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 clank. All right, you're moving along. Lumina?
Gonna keep flying in a straight line.
Float, 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 float. 60 feet, right? 60 feet?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, yeah, and you didn't take a diagonal, so that actually makes sense.
Nope. No
Okay,
diagonal.
straight line. Man, being able to fly kind of ruins the pressure plate traps. King T!
Thanks, Twitter. Twitter chose my character, so thanks.
Great call. King T,
Saving
you're
me.
not raging anymore because you didn't attack anything. I don't think that matters, but yeah. What do you do?
I attacked the heartstrings of the audience with my violin.
Unfortunately, psychic damage doesn't count at this level.
All right. And I'll just I'll rush forward. Yeah,
10,
I'm just
20,
gonna rush forward.
30.
I'm gonna take a as I'm running. I mean, I might as well. I'll leap forward too.
Okay. At what point do you want to leap forward?
I will leap forward in 2 squares.
Okay. So as you're roller skating forward, you pass GB and you're like, ha ha! And then all of a sudden you feel this as you hit this wire in the ground. Make another dexterity saving throw for me, please.
Uh-oh.
12.
12 is the number you needed. Like you trip forward and you kind of tuck and roll, and you just have this moment where you're able to get back onto the skates. You don't lose any movement for it as you dodge the trip wire. So without raging, max speed is 60, right?
No, raging doesn't affect my speed.
Oh, okay. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. And then a dive in at the last second. Make an acrobatics check for me as you're trying to dive across the finish line. I just want to see if you face
Acrobatics check.
plant.
10.
You face plant. Like, you skid
you're there.
across the finish line on... Yep. And you skid across the finish line on your face. But as you do that, you hear this little bit of fanfare, this da-da-da-da-da-da, like a little bit of trumpets going off. Not yours, weirdly enough. They have their own, which is convenient for you. As you just make your way through and slide your way across, you're the first one across the finish line for this challenge.
That wasn't so hard. There's like little ducks going around my head.
Yeah. GB, you're up next.
All right, in same GB fashion, full sprint forward. Clang, 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 clang.
Did you note? Okay, I'm assuming you didn't notice the wire, so you take 2 steps forward, and then your leg gets caught on the wire. Make a dexterity saving throw.
Yep. GB's just one mode, and that is go. Dex
Oh, yeah.
save. Oh, that is a dirty 20.
Even better. So you're able to, your foot catches, and then you kind of plant on the other foot, a little bit of like the auto stabilizers on your leg kick in a little bit, so you're able to catch yourself, and then just clank, 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 clank. And with that, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. So you're across the finish line as well, coming in a respectable seconds.
Is there like an end to this like tunnel? Like, is there like a wall to the end of it, or does it just keep going?
So it goes about 10 feet into the darkness, and then as soon as you cross through to that darkness, the two of you immediately find yourselves back in the area and the arena that you started in. Like,
well,
everybody else, you just see them kind of disappear into shadow, but you just make your way into the arena, and you're there,
all
ready to go.
wherever they get, bamfed to, still just clank, 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 just running.
So you just keep on.
Does not stop.
You just keep on clank, through the arena, and you're starting to make your way towards one of the
Probably
edges.
until someone stops him, he's just running.
Yeah, so you hear the chants of the audience being like, go, 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 stop, 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 stop. And it registers, and you stop yourself about 10 feet short of the line.
Okay.
All right, with that in, 2 of you are through. Cade.
All right, Kate is gonna look at where the two people tripped up and try and acrobatics check their way past this one with the sprint.
Go for it. 10, 20, 30, 40. Here's your acrobatics check.
Bam. Why do I keep rolling sevens, man?
An 11 is just not enough as your foot catches on the wire and wham, just face on the ground, splat right on the ground right there.
No.
You're prone on the ground. Lumina, you're up.
All right, I'm gonna keep flying, and presumably I can fly over that tripwire.
60 feet of flight as you just make your way across.
She like sprinkles some glitter on Cade as she goes by.
Oh, don't put your friend corpse on me, Jesus. Fuck.
It's not the corpse. It's glitter.
Very nice. King T, you're through. GB, you're through. Cade, you're up.
All right.
Stand
I
up.
guess it takes a good amount of movement to stand up.
Half
That's
your
what,
movement.
15 of a 30 gone, and then I get 45 from dashing here.
1, 2, 3, 4. You are just short of the line.
I use my bonus action to Misty Step across the finish line.
Okay, as you bamf your way across and through to the finish line to secure third place. And then Lumina, just
Gonna fly through.
twinkle, twinkle, twinkle. And
As she comes through, Kate is gonna the glitter back.
Nice.
Very nice.
I didn't have to use a spell to get through, so it's fine.
There you go. And with
that's
that,
born with wings, okay?
and with that, the four of you reach and return to the center lightning cube stage to a rouserous applause from everybody. Ah, yes, like amazing, amazing. As Zuck is now standing on his platform about 40 feet above you all. It's like, what an amazing showing in the first one of our challenges, and only 2 of them were set on fire. It's like, that is a new record amongst our competitors. Count you all as one of the best lots as we're going through towards our second challenge. Do you have any other questions? Anything you'd like to say to the audience in between rounds?
I'm
I
gonna
give
win
a
the next
big.
one.
What'd you say?
I'm gonna win the next one.
King T gives a big grin, even though frogs aren't supposed to have teeth. He's got a big like smile with like perfect pearly whites, except for he's missing like 8 of them from falling forward, and one of them falls out as he does.
It falls down.
Frogs with teeth are
GB.
terrifying.
GP will call it and said, I heard a phrase once. It said first was the worst and second is the best. And I'll give it just a very
Make a
cheesy
That
charisma-
phrase-
thumbs up.
That phrase is not. No, that does not
Make a
exist.
charisma check.
Charisma check. Okay. A 15.
15. As you say this, there's again that somewhat silence, and then from the same section you hear the same voice. It's like, "We love you, GB!" As you see now, the person who's screaming it has very quickly found silver metallic paint, as it's like half their face is currently painted, and they're in the like you see the stick in their other hand as they're actively painting their face right now to try to kind of match you. You have a little fan section which is starting to develop off in one corner of the crowd.
Nice. Beautiful.
Nice. And with that, let's look at the standings. And it's literally just your names in order. It's just King T, GB, Cade, Lumina as you're going there. Like very Mario Party, just a big shiny first, big shiny seconds, big shiny third, and then a little tiny fourth.
With my frog legs, I would like to bend down and cartoonily jump up to the scoreboard, and with my paintbrush try and paint the whole name onto my thing, so it's like all the way across the board, like almost off the board, in red paint.
This is really high, so you know what? Because you're a cartoon, I'm gonna let you try this at disadvantage. So
All right.
make an athletics check at disadvantage.
All right. Oh, I have a +7 for athletics. What we
A
got?
lot.
Natural 20.
But a
+7.
16 is a disadvantage. So you lose the natural. So 27, you're able to jump up and you get like 2 or 3 extra letters before gravity starts to take a hold. But you start like, instead of King
Red
T,
paint just goes all the way down the thing.
yeah, instead of King T, it's King Tiberius, and it just, the S just trails down as you get there.
As I land, I just kind of thud and go,
I was gonna say you can make an acrobatics check if you want to avoid the thud, but let's go with the thud.
Yeah.
So the full on like,
just face plant.
yeah,
Again.
full on, you carve an exactly King T-shaped hole into the ground as you drop 6 inches below the glass. Like
I come out of the hole just looking up, completely uninjured.
yeah, ducks are around your face again, and you're good to go. It's like, all right, with that on, it's time for something a little bit more mental of a game. Let's play.
Oh, good.
Let's play a little game. So,
We're all worried now.
I'm gonna be great at this, I say as the little bubble comes above my head. It's got the monkey with the chimes.
all right. So, this one has to be a little interesting. I need you all to find a way to secretly roll 5d6.
If you just Google roll 5d6.
Google roll 5d6 and you'll get it. I need everybody to secretly roll 5d6 for me.
Sure.
As these large cups appear in front of all of you and chairs appear underneath all of you, and you're all immediately scooted towards a pristine green felted table, as you have a nice ornately decorated blue metal cup with a bunch of blue dice underneath, very blue, very on brand, white characters. Instead of the 6, it's a Z on all of the different dice. It's like, we're gonna see how well you can get into each other's heads.
Are we playing Liar's Dice?
We're playing Liar's Dice. Yes, we
Nice.
are.
Oh,
So,
dice.
in
I was
character,
literally made
but
for
we're
this.
literally gonna play Liar's Dice. So, with all of that, you all roll. Does everybody have their dice set up?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. As the winner of our first competition, King T, you get to start the round. Does everybody know the game of Liar's Dice? You all know?
No.
Okay.
No.
You're basically guessing on a pool of the collective number of what everybody has rolled. You have to escalate either the number, so you can say like 2 3s. The next person has to escalate either the number or the number of something. So you can say 2 3s, the next person can say 3 whatever, or you have to say some number of 4s. Right?
So
At some
you're trying to
point-
guess of the 25 dice at the table or whatever there are, or what is
20.
there? 20 dice at the
You
table.
4.
You're trying to see like, okay, I think there's 2 3s in the table between all of us.
Of
I
the
think there's
pool.
2 3s. And then whoever goes next would be like, well, I think there's 4 3s. And so that you could do that, or you could say, I think that there's 3 3s, right? That's the other way you could bet, is like going up a number
Going up a number or going up the
or a number
amount.
of. Yeah. So you have
Right.
to, you always have to raise the bet until someone calls you out on it. Then you go, no. I think you're wrong. You call them a liar, and then we check the numbers and
And if you're wrong, you're out. If you called somebody and they were right, the caller is out. We're gonna play until only one of you remains.
And then is it the 1s or the 6s are wild cards?
Ones are wild.
Okay.
And you
I
can
don't know what a
have-
wild is.
You can half
They
the
can be-
number and call out ones specifically to like reset it, but you can only do that, I think, once per round.
Wait, sorry, explain that part again?
So
Wha-
it's always escalating in either number or value, but you can half the number and call out ones specifically.
So for example, if I said 6 6s and you were next, you could be like, well, 3 1s. You could say that, right?
Sorry to basically introduce a game in the
Okay.
middle of another game, but we can make it work.
Yeah.
Ones are special because-
it's just not. I just thought the ones being wild
Yeah,
before.
so ones are
okay.
wild cards, as in like I could say 12 sixes, and if there's 7 actual sixes on the board and 5 ones, the ones all count as sixes in my count up
Cool. Okay.
that we're doing.
All
I
right,
see. I see.
King T, you get to start the betting, or the calling, I guess, because there's no gambling on it. It's just who can survive the longest amongst all of you.
I've played this before, he says as he lies and looks under the cup. 6 sixes.
Wow. Starting strong.
We'll go in initiative order, just because that kind of worked out beautifully, because that was also the order that you all crossed the finish line in. So
Funny how a movement competition might end up that way.
I mean, y'all could have messed up each other, but yeah, you all just decided clank.
Yeah, I guess I forgot it's a competition. We're not playing against the house. We're playing against each other.
Yeah, no, it's totally fine.
True.
It's totally fine.
Okay.
GB, you're up.
GB will say, 7 sixes.
Cade?
I'm gonna call that. I think that's bullshit.
How many sixes does everybody have? 3.
I have one.
I have
six
1.
And then 3 ones. Or do they count as the?
That's 7 sixes.
Yep.
Cade.
Ooh.
Immediately, the stage goes from all the blue and white lights to red, as your chair and you just fall. Like the
Oh,
chair off
fuck!
somebody, you just fall, and you are falling and falling and falling and falling and falling and falling and falling. Right? Like you're just falling in a void right now. You just dropped out of the room. You're gone.
GB's just waving at the hole.
Yeah. And then the whole like iris is shut, just and it's just moving through. Roll again, just you 3.
Okay.
Do my dice still count? Do I have to report?
No,
what's
you're
on
out.
them?
You're out.
Okay.
So it reduces the pool, so that's how the game kind of
Okay.
escalates quickly. Aiden,
Okay.
you're not wrong. I'm totally gonna pull that out. All right.
And our furry friend goes
GB
first,
1.
right?
So GB is.
Oh yeah, GB.
GB 01. You get the first call.
Okay. 2 4s.
Lumina.
4 4s.
King T.
5 4s.
6 4s.
Lumina.
There's no way! There's no way there's 6 4s! I won't let it stand!
You calling it?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
How many 4s does everybody have? 4s or 1s?
I've got 1 4 and 2 1s, so that counts
3.
as 3, right?
I have 2 4s and 1 1.
That's 6. King T. Shoo.
Wait, no, I take it back!
Take it back!
Waves again.
Yeah, as you just drop out of it. All right, you two roll.
Alright.
Okay. Wow, I should tell my creators that I'm good at gambling again.
You notice that the commentator's just like, turns out the gambling droid was pulling along, Con, as we move into the final round of this competition.
Good.
All right, you're all set up. GB, you're first again.
We'll start slow this time. 1 2.
1 3.
2 3s.
3 4s.
Hmm. 4 3s.
No, that's bullshit.
How many 3s?
Calling you out.
I
I've
have
got 1 3.
2. Oh, no.
How many
GB.
ones do you guys have?
Oh, I have one though.
Oh!
So, does that count then?
That counts. Lumina, the hole opens, and you're just floating there. And then
Oh yeah, I'm just like, does that mean I lose? Did I lose?
Like a
yeah,
vacuum.
and then all of a sudden you feel this suction as it's like, we can't have this, we can't have this, as it like, and it like vacuums you up into the tube, you down into the
I
tube.
leave some like pixie glitter dust
Yeah,
as I
just
go down.
sparkles up out of it. Waves again.
And we have our winner! And GB, you get a moment amongst the crowd as everybody's like, "We love you, GB! You won!" Like that same voice off in the corner.
It appears I was victorious. Thank you for your support.
As you all do this, all of a sudden there's this hole which appears in the side, and the three of you fall through. Well, two of you, pum pum, and then Lumina, you just slowly drift down because you're flying, which is broken.
Where is that arslicker Zuck? I've been falling for 12 minutes.
It's like, well, come on, we don't need any sort of, we don't need to rely on such foul language. This is a family-friendly show. We're attempting to get it rated as such. So, thank you all so much for round 2. Let's check up on the scores. GB is ascended to first. King T, you are in second. Being next to last on that, Lumina, you've moved up to third, and Cade, you're down in fourth.
Womp womp.
Womp, 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 womp. As you all move, it's like, all right. And with that, it's time for the final challenge, our trove of treasures. Are you all ready to go?
Ready.
Stoic silence.
No, but okay.
Just stoic silence, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on, I need to move you all over. So, there is another immediate... I totally should have changed scenes as we were all doing the liar's dice.
I see nothing. It's fine.
It's okay, you saw nothing. It's fine. Don't mind
I
me.
see nothing.
Don't
I
mind
actually
me.
saw nothing.
Also, does the Zuck have like sunscreen, like like straight up zinc sunscreen?
Make a
all
perception
over his
check.
nose? All right.
Roll
Let's
for
see.
90s.
16.
You see the slightest outline where the skin's a little more pale, right along the tip of the nose.
He's got the sunscreen on, staying pasty.
Yeah.
Got it.
Which is weird, because it's just a perfect night sky. There's no sun. Right?
Well, when you buy islands, it's a little bit easier to get sunburn.
I mean, yeah, when you're right, you're right.
So King T kind of raises his finger up and he goes, "Is this next competition going to be better than the last one? Because the last one reminded me of when I invested in Bitcoin." And then like another thing kind of pops up and it just shows a chart of falling, just like complete falling of Bitcoin's price, and a
Downward
sad
trend.
King T.
You do get a +1 to your next roll. And with that all said, you all are teleported standing on kind of these hanging chandeliers inside of a room that just looks to be just filled, Scrooge McDuck style, with coins and treasure and everything else you can see. There's magic books. There's a large dragon skull on a table that's kind of floating on a wave of gold coins. You see this large glowing purple double-bladed weapon that's just sitting on the side. You see everything amongst this pile, and it's just slowly moving like it has waves. It's just slowly moving through. It's like, hello everyone, and welcome to the treasure trove, or the money pit, whichever way you'd potentially like to view it. This is the final competition, worth 100 points. Yeah, you didn't know it, but you've all been playing for points this whole time. So, all you have to do is achieve this, the magical Z. And you see this large Z-shaped sapphire stone appear, like kind of translucently, like a silent image in the center of the room, where you have to see and find this magical Z. It's like, this magical artifact is buried somewhere amongst this trove of treasures. Be warned, there are so many more things in here that you could even begin to imagine. You all have a moment standing on the chandeliers. Is there anything you want to do last second before we potentially go into it?
Is the Z already hidden?
So the Z was like a hologram that is then
okay.
dispelled. So you don't see where it is amongst this ocean of treasure.
All right.
Can I do like a perception check to see if like I notice anything in particular that's interesting while I'm up above everything?
Okay, go ahead and make a perception check. And if anybody else wants to do that, go for it.
8.
And tell me
Go
what
with
you'd be looking for.
with
What
a
would be
21
interesting?
passive perception.
I would just be looking for anything that might be of like value that I could like
The
either
worst
pocket or
crypto, bro.
use or would be interesting to investigate once I got down.
I mean,
to
you
the-
see everything. You see weapons that are glowing with all sorts of different magical auras. You see potions, large gems. You see a kind of golden encrusted skull at one point in time just slowly riding one of the waves. There's a little bit of like shadows collected in the eye sockets of it as it just slowly is moving along this kind of undulating pile of gold ocean. There's a lot of things you can find around here. Right? Passive perception of ridiculous and also a 23 on the roll. Anything specific you're looking for?
I think he's listening to see if there's any sort of like noise that would indicate what's making the waves.
You hear just this kind of clinking noise that just slowly moves its way through from one side to the other. You do notice as there's these kind of waves of the gold itself, and everything is just sort of moving and lightly, somewhat oceanic. There's a small bulge of treasure that's like almost dead center of the four of you. That's kind of not being affected by the waves. It looks a lot more stationary compared to everything else that's moving. See like a small, like a medium-sized, maybe 10-foot across pile that the wave kind of breaks against and then spreads around and then moves through.
Okay. As that happens, I would like to pull out this kind of like tinfoil hat looking thing out of my pocket.
All right, roll a d20.
Tinfoil hat.
18.
Dang. Nope. Okay.
So
you're
it's
good.
like one of those like helmets that's got all the like the wires sticking off of it. Kind of like Professor X Cerebro. I like put it on,
Okay.
and I put my fingers up to it, and I go wah, 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 and I would like to use my wild magic barbarian ability called Magic Awareness. As an action, you can open your awareness to the presence of concentrated magic. Until the end of your next turn, you know the location of any spell or magic item within 60 feet.
This room is a kaleidoscope. You see, like, the things that weren't already glowing start glowing, and the things that were glowing start glowing so much brighter, to the point where you have to actually reach into your other pocket and pull out a pair of dark jet black aviator sunglasses, pop those on, and it's still as bright as you can see across almost everything. Everything in here, aside from maybe just the coins themselves, is glowing with a magical aura.
I thought for sure that would work, and I take off the helmet, I throw it to the pile and treasure, and I'm just diving.
Okay, so you're just going. All right. GB, is anything you want to do
Yeah.
in this moment?
GB would just be looking to see if there's any like pile or location where it's just like a little bit like higher raised than any other ones.
Make a perception check.
Yeah, rolled an 8 on perception.
I mean, there's a bigger wave that's making its way through,
Okay.
but that's about it. With
Okay.
an 8, that's about all you need.
Good enough for GB.
Okay, and as King T is like, I got this, and dives through. Roll initiative, everybody, for me, please.
I wonder if it makes it easier if he's flat or 3D.
He goes between the coins and just hits the bottom of the pit.
There's no bottom, just keeps falling.
It moves his way down.
Pachinko through the thing.
Yeah,
That's good. That's good.
just full on, just ducktails your way down through the bottom of the money bin and just gone. King T has exited the story.
That would be a
Goes
fun
down the
way to go.
drain.
Yeah, just down the drain, just gone.
Oh my gosh.
You're caught in the S trap underneath the actual coins. It's just ridiculous. All right. Well, wow, that's a lot. So a 19 and 18 to 16. GB, what'd you roll?
14. Wow.
Wow. So
We're
King T
initiating.
first up with a 19. Lumina with an 18.
Did I waste my +1 by rolling initiative here?
No,
I
I'm
get-
not gonna use it for initiative. You can use it on your first actual roll, right?
Got it.
GB 14. All right. Yeah, I was gonna remind you about that on your first roll of the encounter. All right. Quite perfectly, King T, you just jumped off into the ocean. You're about 10 feet above the gold pile. You
Okay.
splash your way in, and it's more liquid. It's not like you're just ramming into a pile of gold. You're actually able to some degree swim through this space.
Okay. Do I see any creatures around?
Make a perception check.
I'm not so good at this. 19.
19. No immediate creatures. You see some. Actually, hold on. Yeah. No immediate creatures. You do see like some. There's a creature. At first, you think it's maybe like a crocodile of some kind, and it's a large crocodile, like taxidermied, standing on a large, huge wooden pedestals. It's like 2 arms up, the mouth is open as it's like slowly riding a wave, making its way towards you. But you don't see any other living entities here aside from the other 3 people who were pulled into the space with you.
Okay. I would like to. Yeah, I would like. Is that my bonus action? Is that a free action?
That
Is that
that was a free action as you're making your way in.
Okay. All right. I'll bonus action rage,
Okay.
which then I roll on the wild magic table. 11 on your table.
Roll a d10 for me.
Rolling. 1.
1. All of a sudden, the rest of you all notice as the frog grows and becomes about a foot taller. Your clothes don't grow, but you do. So all of a sudden, your tightly tailored pants split at the waist, split up the back.
No.
They're pulled up to be capris. The suit splits on the shoulders. The sleeves are immediately pulled up. It's very tight. It's a little awkward to move. You have to kind of 2Dify yourself a little bit and then re-3D yourself to make it all work. You ruined
You silver
yourself.
ladies, you're a grower, your majesty.
I look over at I break the 4th wall again as the camera zooms in on my face, and I go, "This reminds me of the time I went through puberty." And then it like starts forming a thought bubble, and like that similar sound comes in again, and he goes, "Excuse me, no, nobody needs to see that. No, we're moving
We're a
on."
family show, and it's pixelated over. Like it just immediately, like it gets censored, and you can see Zuck standing up there, and like 2 fingers are up, and like you can see a little bit of like pixelation being placed over your thought bubble. It's like, okay, come on, we gotta like get going to the whole like finding treasure and killing each other step of this, if you could.
Still looking in the camera, I shrug and go, "I'm getting shadow banned for sure." So I swim down into the gold.
Okay.
I would like to come up underneath the crocodile and hit it so my rage keeps going.
Yeah, go ahead and roll an attack.
All right. Great club. Oh, wait, no, it's Warhammer. Same thing, it's still a +7. 19.
19. You smack the heck out of that taxidermied crocodile.
Wham! Break it open. Anything inside?
You break the jaw off immediately. A few gold coins that had wedged their way up into the mouth immediately spill out. You see this large kind of ruby, about baseball size almost, just like tumble out, boom, 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 and roll and then hit the gold, and then slowly continue moving its way along.
Time stops for just a second as I pat its head and it goes, "Sorry, reptilian brother."
All right, with that, Lumina, you're up next.
Okay.
Cade, you're on deck.
Can I see King T?
Yeah, he didn't dive in. He's kind of waist deep in the gold right now.
Okay, I'd like to have some fun. I'm going to use my Wand of Wonder and point it at him and cast it at him.
Okay.
So I have a D100 chart. So let's see. I rolled a 10, so let me see what that does when
Oh
pointing
my
at him.
goodness.
I cast Fairy Fire on him, so he is Fairy Fired, so we will be able to see him in general where he is. You are outlined in a very bright, happy-looking pink color.
I was just waiting for you to tell me a color. All of a sudden,
What?
King T starts glowing ridiculously, illuminating half of the chamber. Like, you see the little rays of pink peeking up through all of the gold.
How dare you cast a spell on me? Off with her head!
Can't do that here. You've got no one to help you with that.
Grumble,
And
grumble
do
beneath the
you
gold.
come down from the chandelier? that you're
Yes,
standing
I'm
on?
gonna come down from the chandelier and basically like try and ride one of the waves.
Yeah, you're just kind of
slowly lower
flying
myself
above
down.
it right now, so you're able to kind of just float and fly above the gold.
Yeah.
All right. Kate, you're up. GB, you're on deck.
All right, pitch. Cade is a pirate and so has proficiency with water vehicles. Can he try to use this long-ass double-bladed sword as a surfboard?
Make an acrobatics check. I want to watch this happen.
Ooh.
9.
If you roll
Okay.
bad, do you get cut on it?
You take 2 points.
I have not rolled above a 10.
You take 2 points of slashing damage as you like cut your calf on it immediately.
Oh, fuck.
But just because I think this would be awesome and this is a one shot, hell yeah. Go ahead and use the thing as a surfboard. You're just gonna take damage whenever you try to use it. Right?
I guess I've already taken the damage for this, so I'm gonna try and steer it towards that central sort of like more stable pillar.
The more stable
Ride
pillar?
the wave, baby.
Alright, make a dexterity check to see how well
I
you can
exist on the
balance
cutting
off of this
edge,
thing.
baby.
Oh god. Can you please roll better so we can have fun
I haven't
things
rolled
happen?
over a 10, man.
My god.
I've got weighted dice on D&D Beyond. I'm going back to roll 20, baby.
You take another 3 points of slashing damage as you like slice. It turns and you catch your foot and you actually stand on the blade and you kind of slice the bottom of your foot open. But you're able to slowly steer your way across. You jump off the sword. You stand on the gold and you realize you're only sinking like an inch or two to the gold as you're standing on the wave. And there's this larger pile of kind of gold that's not moving with the ocean waves that you're seeing amongst everything else. That was basically your movement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the movement. Where do I end up now on the map?
You are. Sorry, that's worth noting. So you're like about here. You're right in the center of where everybody is, and this central 4 that you're seeing right here is you're kind of standing on the very edge of the pile that's not moving amongst everything else.
All right, can I use my action to investigate this plinth?
Sure,
Or
go ahead and
whatever.
make an investigation check for me.
Bam.
So you start pulling through, and the gold here, it's weird. You're able to throw coins and everything off of it, but the gold and everything that you're at is like kind of like you try to like pull chunks off of it, and it's a little harder to do so. It takes you a few seconds to like pull and move and yank everything. And I'm just gonna count this as that makes this happen sooner. So you pull off a chunk of like this kind of encrusted emerald, and you just rip it off, and there's this almost kind of like cracking sound that happens when you do that. Like almost like when you're pulling something unglued, like you hear like the adhesive break. And as you do that,
a really bad feeling
what you're
about having a
standing
really
on just
good
kind
gem.
of rumbles a little bit and shakes, and you hear this as the gold that you're standing on kind of starts erupting up out of the ground. And I can pull this over here now. It throws you back 5 feet as a large kind of collection of gold and treasure, emeralds, with a large gold-plated sword as one of its arms, moves and like claws its way up out of the gold and stands up on top of everything. His mouth opens up and you're and a bunch of copper flies out and just like pelts you in the face, not for any damage. And you see embedded into its chest this large Z sapphire as it stands there. You've awoken the treasure golem. Okay.
Oh, good. I still have a bonus action, right?
Yeah.
I think I might Hexblade's curse this thing.
Yeah, go ahead. Okay, so you curse. Yeah. So you walk back. You're like, ah! And you activate the shadows in your pistol, and you see this little bit of darkness creep up and latch onto its legs, try to pull it down into the waves. But it's not your home turf. It's its home turf.
I'm humbly begging you to forget about that and piss off.
You notice now that one in the face, you see one emerald staring at you intently.
As I'm holding its upper eye.
As you're holding its other eye. Alright. That is now its turn. As is like, and it the non-bladed hand just like tries to palm you.
God.
Bad luck, Barry.
Lousy luck, leg day.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's a 19 to hit.
Oh, that is going to hit me.
Okay.
I don't like that noise.
You take 14 points of bludgeoning damage as the golden arm just wham whacks you into the chest. You skid back 10 feet of forced movement. The sword is now on the ground ahead of you. It knocks the wind out of you. You immediately like gasp for air for a second as it throws you back, and then it takes a swing at you, and then it looks around. It sees this glowing frog over there. King T, I'd like you to make a wisdom saving throw for me, please.
A wisdom saving throw?
Yes, please.
5.
5. Everybody else watches as King T's eyes literally roll over to dollar signs. King T, there's so much treasure here. You need it. You need as much of it as you could possibly get into your pockets. You need to
I've got pockets holding.
You need to spend whatever time and energy you have pocketing as much of this gold as you can. So you are charmed.
You're gonna be busy for a while.
Yeah, you are charmed. That's its turn. Actually, no, it's gonna sink down. It doesn't get to fully submerge, but its body starts to sink down into the golden waves again, and it lowers itself, and it's only the torso and everything that's exposed at this moment. That's it.
I'd like to use my Tempest Rebuke as my action when he hits me.
Okay.
That's okay.
Yeah, sure. Lightning damage?
Yes, it is a 3rd level, so I think it is 4d10 lightning damage.
Okay.
Yes.
Dex save?
Yes.
Yeah, so it has advantage on natural 20. So sorry.
Like Dave's proximity to anything
Dude,
is cursed.
you are cursed. It's half damage though, so it still counts.
Mhm.
So
So I don't know how to do this on roll 20.
just 4d10. Just roll 4d10. 4d10, right? Is that the damage for the spell?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
just-
don't know how to roll dice in.
Bottom left hand
so-
corner, you see the little d20.
Oh yes. Okay.
Then click the
yes.
d10 4 times and then roll it.
1, 2, 3, 4. Bam. 2, 1, 8, and 9.
So-
Supremely average.
Yeah, so, but halved because it's saved. So, 10 points of lightning damage. You see this electricity arc through amongst the coins. You see a few coins fall off as you do that. But otherwise, it seems to take the hit as you'd kind of expect. So it charms King T. It sinks halfway back down into the gold. GB01, your turn.
All right. Did GB see the Z inside of this treasure golem?
I'd say just for ease, yes, everybody saw the Z inside the treasure
Okay.
golem.
Cool. I think GB was like prepping to dive into the big wave of stuff, but after this thing emerges, just changes focus. And how far is this thing away? Is it with like jumping down distance of the chandelier?
It's 10 feet down, like, and it's not, and that doesn't really cost you movement. So it's about 25 feet away.
All right. Yeah, I think GB would. Oh. Okay. It's like, oh, this is an interesting turn of events. I would like to get mad now and go into a rage and leap down, leap down. And as he's leaping down, it's kind of weird thing happens with his arm is raised and his like hand kind of like retracts into his arm, and then just a massive just blade pops out of it, kind of replacing where his hand was, and shoots out.
You kind of match now. Like,
yeah,
you and the golem kind of match now with the one sword arm.
Yeah, and as the golem is trying to descend into it, sleeps down and tries to take a slash at it.
Go for it.
Yep.
I would like to get mad now. That's awesome.
19 to hit.
19 hits.
And that should be 13 plus 2 for the rage, so 15 points of slashing
15
damage.
points of slashing damage. You carve off a section of coins. Silver, gold, and platinum go flying off. This one scepter, about yay big, you like detach it and it spins off and it plants down into the waves, and then the waves slowly consume it as the gold continues moving past. Solid hit.
Okay. And we're level 5, so I think that is a second attack. We'll go for it again. For 26 to hit.
Definitely hits.
All right, for 14 points of slashing damage.
Same idea, this time kind of out of the torso. You cut a little wooden chest, actually, that pops off. It falls, it opens. A few glass potion vials tumble out of the chest and then are immediately kind of start to be consumed by the wave of gold as everything is moving. It's not difficult terrain, but it's like standing on a waterbed, right? You're all standing on this slowly moving, undulating gold. It's not to the point where if you want to swim through it, you can. If you want to stand on it, you can. If you want to try to raid a blade surfboard on it, you mostly can. I'm so sorry, dude. You're having the worst luck.
Dice.
Always the dice.
All right, that's GB's go.
That's GB's go. King T, you're up. You need as much of this gold as you can get.
Okay. I would like to use my bonus action to attempt to pull some things out of my pocket.
Yeah, go for it.
To get more gold.
Yeah.
So first, I'm gonna roll 5 d20s.
Go for it.
This is gonna be a great moment. Lowest I got was a 2. Standing on top of the gold, first I pull out a squirrel and then throw it behind me. Second, I pull out an identical version of me that's dangling in front of me, and I slap it twice and then I throw it behind me. Third, I pull out a broom and I shake my head. Fourth, I pull out a bucket. I scoop up some gold. I shake my head and I throw it behind me. Finally, my 5th time, I pull out a vacuum and
you're just that is your turn. You're just trying to suck up as much coins as you can. End of your turn. Make a wisdom saving throw for me, please.
All right. I may be stuck like this for the rest of combat. 12
is the number you needed. So the dollar signs roll away. You still keep sucking up coins because why not? But you're no longer compelled to. You can choose to do that if you would, one way or another at this point.
All right. Did I get to see the Z in the chest thing before that happened to me too?
Everybody saw it. Just to make it easy, everybody saw the Z in the chest.
Right.
Okay. With that, that's your turn. Lumina, you're up next.
Okay, I am going to like reach down into the like money, gems, etc., and I'm gonna try and grab like a random like gem that's worth 100 gold pieces, or it looks like it would, like a big I don't know, like a big emerald or something like that, and I'm
Easy
gonna
enough to find. Like there's.
yeah, I'm gonna
take
try
your
and
pick.
infuse it so I can make a homunculus servant. So it's actually tiny, so it's not as large as it sounds. So it's just gonna be a tiny, like, emerald-centered, like golem, basically.
Need something a little more epic
little
for
money
music.
golem.
Okay, so I mean, take your pick. There's several gems around here. So
Yeah,
you
I'll just
make
pick an emerald.
a little money golem.
Yeah.
Okay. So you make your own little miniature version of the money golem that you see.
Oh, you made an Eric Trump.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But hopefully less evil. We'll see.
It was created by a fairy. It's not gonna be evil. It's fine.
Okay, there we go.
What all fairies would say.
All right, so you create your little money homunculus, and you successfully do that. I think that's your action to make
Yes.
that. I don't know.
I think it's an action.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I can actually, let me see, are any of these? Okay, none of my spells are bonus actions, so I can't just turn one into another cannon. Could we say I still have my cannon from when I did my performance?
Let's say this. Just because you could have summoned that when you were on the chandelier.
The chandelier thing?
So yes, you can have your cannon out.
Okay, so after that, I'm gonna try and, like, shoot my cannon at the creature thing.
Go for it.
Well, I guess if I'm close enough to it, because it's a 15-foot cone.
You can get a little bit
so-
closer and then
Okay,
do that. So yeah,
I'm gonna
sorry.
like fly a little bit closer, and let's say it's a tiny one rather than a small one, so it's like really little itty bitty cannon
Yeah.
that my small self is holding, and it's just like, it looks like a kid's toy, but then it's gonna turn into a fucking flamethrower and just like shoot out at this creature.
I love it.
So it needs to make a dex save.
Okay.
And yeah.
Even with
so-
advantage. 14 to save.
Okay, it did not pass. My DC is 16, so it's going to take 14 fire damage.
14 fire damage.
Behold, new from Nerf, a domestic accident.
My tiny homunculus is just like dancing. It's got
Alright.
a little light stick.
All right, so yeah, 15 little cone of fire. It's a 15-foot cone, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Technically, were you aiming to avoid GB, or do you want to hit GB too? Because GB would technically been in that cone.
Ooh, GB, I'm technically against you. I feel bad.
The
Lumina feels
second
really
D&D
bad.
campaign where Eloana damages me as part of the party.
Yeah, but I'm against you this time. So
Technically, you're
we're
enemies.
against we're
That is
enemies.
fair,
We're
that is
we're
fair.
not besties right now. Okay, so yes, I'm gonna get GB. in
Okay,
that.
so make a
GB,
dex
can you
save
make a
too,
dex
please.
save? Sorry, we're against
Not
each
very bestie of you.
other. We're
Dex
not
save was
besties.
it?
Yeah,
Okay, 16.
Okay, you
So,
only take half of that damage
7.
then.
7 fire
Yeah.
damage. Okay, that's your turn. Cade, you're up next.
Ow.
GB, you're almost on deck.
All right, Cadian. Right, this is going to be really awkward because I don't know how to do a huge amount of rolls in D&D Beyond, but I'm going to use my last spell slot to summon Shadow Spawn. And I'm going to
Okay.
do that with the Despair quality.
Ooh, okay.
So Cadian's just going to, like, try and crush the emerald in his hand, and then just, like, as his deagle is smoking, just shoots the ground, like, get out of here, you fucker.
And then crawling out kind of with the normal sort of, normally when you summon these, they look kind of drowned almost to some degree, like the
Yeah.
water hanging off of them. They're kind of floating in the sky. This one's got coins that are embedded into the cloth and kind of hung into the ribs. It's some of the teeth are golden this time around, just to hit the flare. You're performing.
Yeah.
It's a TV show. Right? Like the special edition flavor, the shiny version of the Pokemon. They crawl their way up, and you have your Shadow Despair form on the side.
Awesome. Cadian's going to direct it, as I think I get that as a free action when this thing is out, to
Yes.
attack for Treasure Golem, but meet at the corner where GB is as well, so that GB is technically within a 5 feet radius of the old spawny boy.
Quick creatures, shadow. I'm just gonna
Oh,
throw a quick shadow.
he's pog champing, dude.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty great. They're excited. It's like, yeah, it's my turn. Okay, so spawn kind of in the corner with getting GB and the Treasure Golem together, if you want to do that.
Yep. That means that if they start their turns within 5 feet of the shadow, they have their speed reduced by 20 feet. Sorry, GB. You are in
Okay.
first place. And Cadian's going to try and climb up on the table behind him to get some distance from this fucker.
All right, easy enough. That's action, movements, bonus action.
Command. The free action of the command given, and that'll do.
All right, that's your turn. Now it's the Treasure Golem's go.
The shadow goes on my initiative.
Okay, so hit
they should-
claw attack or something to that effect.
Yep. Yeah, I think they make one attack. It's a melee attack. 1d. Oh, I don't understand this. I don't understand Beyond D&D Beyond.
What do you need to do?
So D20 plus.
Bam! I'm putting it in our chat.
You can just roll a d20 and then just add the number in your
Yeah.
head and like whatever its bonus is.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
Yeah, just do
my
that.
spell attack modifier to hit is +8. So if I roll a d20, I finally got over a 10.
You
That's-
hit! Oh my god!
It wasn't you, it was your thing.
Yeah, it's not me. So long as it's for shadow, we're fine.
Yeah.
And how
You
much
hit.
damage does
So
this bad
it's
boy do?
1d10 plus your spell attack bonus.
+6.
Yeah.
1d12 +6 cold damage.
I thought I'm on my playlist of like a battle music, and it keeps going to like smooth jazz. I don't know what's going on Epidemic Sound today. It's like,
I'd like to think that's what like happens when it cuts to break it. The camera like zooms out on a wide view of us fighting this golem to jazz.
do you find yourself normally stuck in a treasure bin with random creatures? Why don't you get Zuck Insurance? Like it's just, oh jeez, I hate it. Okay, great.
If your life sucks, Zuck can help you.
Your life sucks.
Okay, you get a +1 to your next roll. That was great.
Oh man.
Actually, no, that's full on advantage. You need it.
Yes.
That's full on advantage. I am totally here for it. Let's do it. Okay, great. So that's your round. Treasure Golems go. So it has reduced speed because of
Minus
because
20.
of you. Minus 20. GB, you're the last one to hit it. So it's like, and it takes its sword arm, and it's gonna take 2 swings at you.
All right. Get hit by everybody. Hit by the treasure golem. Maybe he's just a punching guy.
A little bit. You gotta put yourself in the middle of this.
Oh yeah. I mean,
15 to hit.
oh, AC is 16. Does not hit.
Ooh. Oh, that's way better. 19 to hit.
Okay, yeah.
Roll 12. 17 points of slashing damage
Oof. Okay.
as
Bro, this guy's fragging.
giant sword just slams down onto your shoulder initially, and every
Ow.
time it moves, it's like ching 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 ching, like the coins jingling and flying around as with every motion that it makes. Yeah, it's just ow.
Ow.
And then it's gonna... Yeah, Lumina. Gotta make a wisdom saving throw for me, please.
No. Am I wise? I forget if I'm wise. Oh, I'm not that wise at all. Natural 20. I'm good.
Ah,
Ooh.
you feel this compulsion to collect the money in the chamber, and then you shake it off. You're like, no, I'm here for the gem.
Here for the gem. The Z gem. The Zuck gem.
So there you go. That's its turn. GB01, you're up next.
All right.
And
GB goes.
King T, you're on deck.
I am now significantly more mad and a little hurt, but here we go, and goes to swing a few times at this treasure golem again.
Go for it.
Okay. First attack is a 26 to hit. Wow, these are
Definitely hits.
Yep, for 15 points of slashing damage.
Woo.
Second attack. Wait, is it my? No, I just rolled the same thing.
You rolled
Wait,
exactly
I think
the
something's
same thing.
broken. Hold on, what is happening? Okay, yeah, I did. It was a 26 again. Yeah.
That hits, yeah.
All right, for
This is the least energetic battle music I've ever had.
for 16 points of
16
slashing
points of
damage.
slashing damage.
And
Okay.
then, because GB is what is it called? Path of the Berserker, can choose to frenzy, so it can make a single melee weapon attack as a bonus action.
Ooh.
Wait, what is it? While raging, you choose to frenzy. You can make a single weapon, a melee attack as bonus action on each of your turns after this one. Oh, okay, so not this one, but
After
the next
this
one,
one.
I suppose. Yep. And then my rage
Doesn't
ends.
like
I'll suffer
jazz. I
one
know,
level
but it
of
wasn't the vibe I
exhaustion.
was going for, but it works. Okay. It's just, you see Zuck up in the control room just trying to be like, change the music, change. And like, there's 4 or 5 fairies pulling different levers and moving things around, and they're just like, it's just stuck. I don't know what's going on. Like, they're just,
Can we hear the music just being like real
Yes.
weird?
yeah, you can just hear this like, da 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 da. Like that's all you hear.
Underscored by like the otherworldly Stygian pit screams of a shadow.
Yeah, kind of like intermixed with all of that. It's not the right vibe, but I don't know why my music's just not behaving. And I can try to switch it, and then it's just not gonna work. Cause like I'm trying to like find this, and it's just not doing it.
Oh no.
It's not actually suspense, it's dark jazz.
Now we're in trap music. Okay, that's, you know what? I'm keeping it. Whatever.
Hell yeah.
Sure. I was like, somebody pulls the lever, the music switches. All of a sudden, it's like, we're rolling with it. We're gonna make it work. Okay. GB, as you take 2 big swings at it, you carve out a big chunk of the gold on the side. You see this kind of like sphere of arcane energy that's what's holding it together.
Oh.
You really upset it, and you trigger it to the point where it gets an immediate attack against anybody who happens to be close to it. So it screams out. It's like, "Ugh!" And you see coins immediately just burst out of it in every direction.
It's like a tarantula that throws urticating coins.
I need
instead of
Lumina and
heads.
GB to make dexterity saving throws for me, please.
Alright, next. Come on. 16.
15.
Both of you save, so you take reduced damage. I need
Nice.
No, you only need D4s.
No, just a couple
Yeah,
D10s.
D2s.
D4s.
You both take 7 points of piercing damage as these coins just bullet out in every direction. Yeah, it was more Leaf Storm, as it just full on, just like, but with coins, as it just like in a rage of being hurt so much, it causes this kind of explosion of coins as it's moving its way out.
Coinstorm sounds like some sort of crypto trading platform.
Coinstorm is the name of the band who made this song. I don't know if that's actually true, but it is now. Like, we're gonna pretend that it is. It's the sequel to Sandstorm. It's Do 2.
Song name? Song name?
Yeah, it's Do 2. Okay, so with that,
I cast Shazam at 8th level.
Yes, the coin first attack. King T, you're up. Oh no, sorry.
All
GB.
right.
Oh no, yeah, it was the reaction
No,
to you doing a lot of
yep.
damage. King T, you're up.
Okay. I would like to. I'm probably not raging anymore.
You didn't hit anything, so no.
Yeah, because I was forced to vacuum. So I will drop the vacuum and pick up my hammer and run over to the bad guy, or the golem.
In your bright pink splendor, you're making your way across, and you come up behind it.
All right.
Hammer bonking.
With my hammer.
You have a
I
+1
twist
to
it.
this roll.
All right. Bonus action rage.
Okay.
Last
Wild
one for
magic
the
roll,
day.
please.
11. I feel like I already got that one.
Again?
Yeah, should I roll
a
again?
D10 for me again.
7.
The frog full on hulks out and becomes giant. Your clothes just burst off as you're standing in a pair of Muppet Babies, like tidy whities, just full on standing there as the frog grows 7 feet taller, now taller than the treasure golem. Your head is at chandelier height. The hammer you're holding with one hand
Is now 2 fingers.
Just as
Oh my
you go,
God.
yeah, you grow by
All
7
right.
feet. You're 7 feet taller, so you've grown
Does
8
that-
feet in the last 12 seconds.
Okay, so thinking about this in mechanics terms, does this change anything about my damage?
You're now a large type creature, so I believe technically speaking, it would give you an additional 1d6 damage on attacks.
Okay.
Sure, because it's a one shot and King T could be awesome for a few more seconds. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I'll give you an extra d6 damage on your attacks as you're just hammer bonking now with one arm. That your
Okay.
biceps are the size of what you used to be multiplied by 2.
Okay, and you guys all know the like cartoon growing sound effect, right? That's like
Yeah.
how it happens. All right, I grab onto my hammer with both hands. It's so tiny that just the little tip of it is coming out of my this part right here as I hold it. I'm gonna bring it down. And I'm gonna go reckless attacks.
Roll with advantage.
So we are going to.
Yeah, he basically cast enlarged on himself, even though it wasn't intentional.
First attack is a 21 to hit.
Hits, definitely.
All right, and it's a total of 10 plus 5, so 15
points of
damage.
Nice.
And then second attack. By the way, when it hits, you get the.
Yep. With the word and everything right above,
Yeah.
right above the head.
And it looks like it should make like a crashing sound. Like, I mean, it's coming down with force, you know, like the animation lines coming off of it, just like it's gonna hit real hard, and then just. Boom. And second attack is 25 to hit.
Definitely hits.
Or 15 plus
Ooh.
1, 16.
16 points of damage. So the second hit, the head descends down into the body by a few inches. The bottom of the jaw is now kind of intersect with the chest. As the coins kind of fly off, you see this large round shield, different sapphire embedded into it, runes around all of the sides, just go flying off Captain America style as you hit it, and it like shoots out like it came out of a disc launcher, and it just flies off in one direction, ping, 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 and then it hits the gold and keeps flying off. Really solid damage. It's looking pretty hurt at this point.
Awesome. That's all I got.
All right, so 2 whacks with the hammer. Lumina, you're up next.
So I would like. I'm on the wrong spell on my thing. So I am going to shatter this. So basically it's like a sudden loud ringing noise, painfully intense, erupts from a point of my choosing. It's a 10-foot sphere. So I'm gonna do it right like in the like chest area of this creature. So anyone else who happens to be in a 10-foot radius of him.
That is both
Well, I
TT
guess-
and GB and the Shadow.
Well,
That's
is he technically like
he's large, yeah. So
so they might not if that's
yeah,
actually
it's actually just the
5
thing,
feet.
yeah.
So if I'm just centering it on him, it shouldn't hit them. But I mean, I wouldn't complain if it hit them because
Yeah, it's weird
But
when
it-
you're
you
like,
know-
it's weird when you're putting it like at the intersection
Yeah.
of squares. But we'll just say
yeah. I
just
also don't want to murder him or them.
Yeah.
Just him. So it needs to make a Constitution saving throw. A creature that's made of inorganic materials such as stone, crystal, or metal, or in this case money, has disadvantage on the saving throw.
Okay, it normally has advantage on saving throws, so that
So it
Levels
just
it out to a
rolls
straight roll.
a regular, yeah.
I rolled a 15 plus 7, 22.
Holy shit. Okay,
Holy
well the save was
constitution.
16, so that's a very high con save. So it's only going to take half damage, but
Okay.
it's 3d8 damage. So it's going to take half of 14, which is 7. So yeah, it's just really, really, really loud for everyone that just witnessed that.
You do see at this point the Z is starting to come loose in the chest. Like it's starting to lose whatever it is that's keeping it together. Coins are falling off a little bit more rapidly. The arm is starting to like lose its constitution. It's looking like it's struggling keeping itself together at this point.
Okay, and then my homunculus servant, I think it goes on my turn.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's going to like waddle up to it. It's like it's tiny compared to this very large creature.
Yeah.
So it's gonna like waddle up to its leg, and it's just gonna do like a force strike onto its like foot, basically. So
Smack
the-
on it
yeah.
on its toe. Okay.
Yeah, so it's a plus
Coming
4
for
to
them
hit.
toes.
Oh,
Coming
no.
for them toes. It rolled a 24 to hit. Oh, got it.
That
Natural
definitely
20
hits.
to hit. But then it only does 3 force damage.
Bonk!
So,
I need the sound effect again. So it smacks off like a chunk of the knee, and then it's like, like it's like, why are you doing this to me, child? Like is what what it screams out in Money Golem. But yeah, okay.
and that is my turn.
That is your turn. Cade, you're up.
All right. Okay, I've had enough of this fucker.
And Cade is gonna just level the Eldritch cannon and try and sink 2 shots towards the bright Z cavity of
Okay.
Eldritch Blast.
Go for it.
Cheers. 118. Oh, this is the advantage one, I think.
You
so.
had advantage on this one already, yeah.
Yeah. So
A
28 and an
to hit
18
definitely hits.
and a natural 1.
You have. I'll give you advantage. I'm giving you advantage on the whole thing. You have advantage on
Pog.
your attack.
Thank you. Not a natural 1. 14. There we go. So
Both
so
hit.
a 28 and a 24.
Both hit.
All right, and each of these does +3 necrotic damage because of my Hexblade's curse. We've got 17 damage on one and 13 damage on the other, so 30 overall.
30 overall. How wonderfully poetic given all of your rolls. 2 shots, bang, bang, right through the center. You carve 2 holes through it, and then the form starts to dissipate. I hate to steal somebody else's line, but I'm going to do it. How do you want to do this?
That's good.
All right, so as he's firing with the left hand,
Yeah?
he sort of like points out to his shadows like, get the thing. As he's pointing to the Z, because his shadow goes on his turn.
Okay.
And then, because it was such powerful shots from a cannon, his arm just kind of rings up and shoots something into the, the top of the arena as well.
Okay. So you fire 2 shots, and then the third recoil shot pings off of the little protective dome surrounding Zuck, and the fairies that are helping him. And then ping, ping, and you see Zuck just look down at you, like the eyes widen somewhat inhumanly to some degree, and the golem starts to lose anything that was keeping it corporeal, and it's starting to just fall apart into a pile of treasure. Your shadow goes next.
Yep, it has 40 feet of movement. So it can try to grab the thing and yeet on out of there back to me.
It does. GB, you'd have an attack of opportunity.
Oh
It's
yes,
within 5 feet of you.
100%. It's trying to get away with the bag.
He's trying to dip with the bag, baby.
Yeah, let's see. Will indeed take a swing. 17 to hit.
I'm
That hits.
almost certain that hits, yeah.
Not great damage. Only 12 slashing damage.
All right.
It's
Uh,
10 plus
he
the
has-
warlock level.
35 is the hit point for this one.
Ooh,
He's a
okay.
beefy boy.
Wow.
Too beefy. Too beefy.
So, alive. You carve a good chunk of the shadow away, but it's holding the gem, and it moves over towards Caden. And I'm gonna say it's holding the gem right next to you. I mean, yeah, the action. Free action will be able to take it, so... Yeah,
Take the gem?
yeah.
Bam.
You're able to grab it as everybody else has done a ton of damage to it. You're holding the gem now. It starts glowing
And he's
in your
extending
hand.
a pistol.
Yeah. You
It's
hear...
like, fucking try it.
You all hear this kind of music going off throughout the room as fanfare starts to play. I'm gonna give you all a second. Like, is there anything you want to try to do in this last?
Wand of Wonder. I want to use it again.
Why not?
Wand-
Sure.
All right. 83. It's pointed at him, obviously. So let's see what 83 is. Well, I cast invisibility on myself, unfortunately. Nothing happens to you. It just happens to me. You just see me poof out of existence.
Nice. So yeah. So Lumina sees you holding the gem and disappears.
Yeah, you saw me point my wand at you, but then I disappear.
Yeah.
Can I move towards him when that happens? Would you allow me to sneak over?
Wand is an action. You'd have 30 feet, so you'd only get to here.
Well, I'd get where the shadow has moved.
Oh,
to
sorry.
him.
The shadow's right
Yeah.
here next to him. So.
Okay, I'm gonna be there. That's it.
Okay. You're invisible. The fanfare starts to play. You hear from Zuck, "We have a winner on this challenge!" As you all
I would like to run after him.
go for it. Go for it.
I just charged with my hammer.
I'll let you
Are you
go.
still huge?
I'll let you go for it, sure.
I come with my hammer, and I go in for the
warning
big
you.
bonk.
You little froggy fucker.
Alright, hit him. Go for it. Swing.
He probably gets to shoot first. He was waiting for this, wasn't he?
He was waiting for it, so we're gonna handle this simultaneously. So you roll it. You both roll attacks. Roll,
All right.
roll for the warglock. Roll for the hammer.
Can I
'Cause you're-
reckless?
You're massive. You're also
Can I reckless
massive,
attack?
so you're not very hard to hit right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, reckless. That's fine. Yeah, go for it.
Okay. All right.
Do I have advantage on him? 'Cause he's using reckless attack.
You have advantage on him because he's fairy fired.
Ah, okay.
That too. I also
Okay,
reckless
so
last
16
with
to hit.
mine's 24 to hit. My armor class is 16, so yeah.
They both hit. Both of you roll damage.
15.
14.
Is either of that enough to knock the other out?
No,
Oh.
I am down to 14. I am down to 5 HP.
Okay. Should I say what I'm down to?
Go ahead.
I am down to
Oh wait, no, I get 10
42?
more HP because I get 10 more HP
You get
because
10
I
HP
killed
'cause
something
you
with
did
my
kill
Hexblade
something
Curse on
with
it.
Hexblade Curse. So you're down to 42. You're taking like no damage.
yeah.
There's
I'm
a
at
whole
42.
lot.
Do I
You-
take half force damage or no? It's bludgeoning, slashing, and piercing.
Bludgeoning, piercing, slashing. Yeah, force is full damage. So you
Okay.
both shoot each other as the teleport occurs, and you return back to the center of the lightning cube. Standing on the glass, like, we have a winner with 100 points for the final session. Let's take a look at the score. Y'all can put your weapons down now. That would be wonderful.
Are we?
So
Are
it
we
goes
all
back
at the
into
center of the
GB's
cube thing?
arm.
Yeah. So shink, the sword falls back in.
Yeah, I put it back in my pocket.
For yeah,
Actually,
worth
d-
noting
does-
that like you drop this hammer in your pocket and you're like you're eye level with the mega screen in this dome now at this point because you're 8 feet taller than what you were a second ago. Lumina,
I'm
you're
sure
still
for a
invisible.
pirate, being bonked by an 8-foot frog is not going to cause any lingering psychological scarring.
I mean,
It
it
might,
might
it
if
might.
you want to carry that some into your campaign. I'm totally fine with it. Like, please carry this with you. Cherish it. But with
I'm gonna cast my Wand of Wonder again, even though like said put your weapons away. Like I'm gonna still cast it on
go
Kate.
for it. chaos.
Alright.
Let it bring it on.
Yes.
Bring the chaos.
Yes. All right.
Wait, is my shadow still here?
The shadow would have dispelled. It wouldn't have come with you. They would have only
Oh,
killed
okay.
you all yourselves.
36. All right. Let's see what 36 is.
We have so much wild magic.
An animal appears in the unoccupied space nearest the target. The animal isn't under my control and acts as it normally would, so I have to roll a d100 to determine which animal appears again.
This is
So-
gonna be amazing.
So let's see. So I rolled a 68, so let's see what animal
Almost
that
nice.
is. Where'd it go? Hold on. 68 would be... A rat appears. So a rat just appears randomly next to you. I guess it would probably scurry away. To
Yeah,
be
so it just like there's a bit of sparkles, and then a rat just appears next to you standing on the
Can Kate
ground.
just like look up at you, just like holding out the wand in a menacing manner?
Yeah, yes, I'm like pointing because I guess after using that
It would've
again, I
been a
become
spell, so yeah, not
uninvisible.
invisible.
So I just like point it at you, and then a rat just appears like next to you, and it's just pathetic.
Look, you're going to embarrass yourself.
And all of a sudden,
Put it away.
Zuck's theme music starts playing again. You can help me out, Commander. Perfect. Zuck's theme music starts playing again. It's like, we have a winner! You're looking at the scores. With 100 points, it still only bumps you up into second place, unfortunately, from dead last. And that means
How do?
GB01 currently with the most points from winning from second place and then first place.
Oh man.
Go figure. As we have, it's like, we have a winner!
Go.
It's like,
Wow.
you
Yay.
hear from the side, you hear, we love you, CGB01! Like the same voice again, just screaming out everywhere. This time the face is fully painted, like all silver all the way across. Everybody else, you all have your own sections of the audience that are cheering for you as this is starting to wrap up. As you have
Where's
little-
my centaur?
What's that?
Where's the centaur? I fragged in my
You
entrance.
make a perception check.
Yes, go forth, perception. Fuck you.
You see, just in one of the sections, right? You see one of the sections. You see a centaur with a big set of bandages across their shoulder, just staring at you, like almost unblinking, just like.
Cade races up his deagle.
Not great at taking social cues. You see the king's like standing with his arms out like this, kind of in front of Cade, and he puts his hand in his pocket and pulls out his own gun. Just a cartoon-looking gun.
Roll a d20. Please let this be the one where you roll a 1.
Come on, baby. Come on, we gotta hit a 1 before the night ends. Come on. Oh no.
Ah. Okay.
I pull out this gun.
Pull out a pop gun.
It's a revolver. And you get the classic moment where we look each other down, and I'm looking at the Z and I go, "This competition's not over yet." And he points the gun at you.
Oh my god. Are you guys gonna fight each
You're
other?
out your league here, Froggy. Calm down.
Don't tell me to calm down. I need to win this for my people.
Are you pulling the trigger?
Pull the trigger. It just says bang.
Yeah, I was gonna say. A little rod sticks out, a little banner goes down, it just says bang.
I put the gun away, and I kind of put my hands out, and I go, only joking, only joking. Good job, good game, everybody. You all did well.
Great match.
Is
was
he
entertaining.
still huge?
Yeah, he's large at this point. He's a
I'm
large.
not like looking out at like a massive bang banner.
Yeah.
Excuse me, when do I go back to being regular size? I know it's my fault, but like he doesn't know that.
Yeah, well, Zuck is looking up at you like, that's that's kind of your own department. We only really worry in the damage and maiming category.
Okay. I reach in my pocket for a needle.
Okay.
I cast reduce on units. I have enlarge and reduce, so I
Okay,
just reduce
so for a
unit size.
minute, for a minute, you return back to your normal size. What is your old normal size?
3 feet.
Yeah, so you return back to your old normal size for a minute.
Yeah,
Oh,
you have a little bit of time to figure it out before you go to like drastic measures.
I reach into my pocket and grab that needle.
Oh god.
And then as I begin to grow back, I pop my forehead and around the room.
Yeah, you deflate yourself back down via cartoon
flat?
logic. Yeah, you're very flat at the moment. Yeah,
Yeah.
but that works.
Anybody want to blow me up?
And with that, everyone,
I can't.
I would like to thank you all for participating in this week's episode of What the Zuck. Remember, if you'd like all of your updates on future episodes and potential challengers from across the multiverse, make sure to subscribe. Messaging and data rates do apply, so just keep that in mind. But we will see you all next week for our potential session. For now, all of you, good game. And they clap their hands, and there's this.
What the hell is
flash
the
of
data
blue.
root?
Oh, before it happens, I gotta do the classic. I gotta pull out a cane and top hat.
Yeah.
We gotta do it real quick. Come on, natural one, baby.
Please.
Is
You
that
got an
2
8.
rolls?
8 and a 3. I pull out the hat and cane.
Hello, my copyright strike.
I'd like to think that the credits are just chasing around like the money homunculus riding the rat.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, I love that.
100%.
They're
That's how
both
that
tiny,
works.
though. Yeah.
With a flash of blue, you all wake up back in your respective realities. Cade, you're back in your boat. GB, you're back in your home in the middle of your stasis cycle. Lumina, you actually didn't go super far. You just get teleported back to your section of the Feywild.
I'm from the Feywild, so
Right,
I
you just get
yeah.
teleported back, and then
Change
But I
the
didn't
time
know this
zone.
part existed.
yeah, and then King T, you're back in your cartoon world.
Yeah, the queen's like, "Where have you been?" And she pulls out a big hammer.
Yeah, and then bunk and cut to black. Y'all, thank you so much for playing. Oh, that was great. I know
That was a lot of
many
fun.
of you are regulars on this channel, or at least on Casters and Castles. But for anybody else who might not know you, where can everybody find your stuff? Like, where can they find you all?
Alright, who wants to go first?
Same order, like this.
Yeah, like
Oh,
like
yeah,
how you're
okay,
referencing.
cool.
Yeah, roll for initiative again.
Like based,
Uh,
like based
uh,
bias. No, we're gonna
Yeah.
keep it.
Like bias.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have the clean Twitter @of Legday if you want to check me out. I am occasionally funny. I tweet a lot about video games and occasionally about D&D. I'm in 2 weekly shows on D&D. Ioth Academy, which is basically Hogwarts with higher stakes and without the turfs, so party. And we have a Star Wars Dark Side campaign going on called Project Supernova. That's on Thursdays. Ioth Academy is on this time slot on a Wednesday. So thanks very much for having me.
There you go. All right, Grun.
All right. Well, I'm Crone. You could find me on Twitch and Twitter at Crone, just KHROEN. Also playing in Ioth Academy and in Covens and Cauldrons on Mondays. I think it's having a little bit of a hiatus, but it'll be back at some point, I'm sure. So yeah, I enjoyed. Thank you. A lot of fun.
Nice. Commander.
Hi, you can find me at twitch.tv/commander. This is a lot of fun. Thanks for having me. I run some D&D shows, so if you like D&D. I DM 4 shows. On Tuesdays, I run a cyberpunk time travel show. On Wednesdays, I run a demigod Percy Jackson inspired show. Fridays, I run an evil campaign. We're all female cast, all evil. And Saturdays, I run a currently just a short show called Path of the Crane, where the plot of the story is there is a magical origami crane that the party must protect from fire elementals. So,
Nice. I love it. Eloana.
You can find me mostly on Twitter at Eloana, occasionally on Instagram. I mostly talk about D&D and League of Legends, which I sometimes rage about, and LARPing. So, yeah. And also, I'm on Covens and Cauldrons. We are on hiatus for at least May. Some of us are traveling, like myself. So I'll be in Europe next week and the week after. So yeah, find
Nice.
me online.
Enjoy your trip. And for anybody new to me, I am Legundo. I'm on all the things at Legundo. I normally stream just playing Minecraft and video games. D&D is a little bit of a departure for at least the Twitch streaming side, but I really, really enjoy it. I also make dice and dice boxes and D&D accessories under the name of Loot Tables. If y'all want to go check that out, it's also available there. But yeah, I'm not in any D&D shows, but I like doing one-shots like this all the time, so it's a lot of fun. And with that, everybody, I think that's it for us for today. Thank you all so much. I appreciate it. Thank you everybody in both everybody in both chats for hanging out with us and watching along for this little bit of Feywild chaos. I think IOTH Academy will return normally scheduled next week in this time. And
Yes, I think so.
I will see you all on my stream on Friday for our normal bit of Minecraft or something. Alright, thank you all so much. Good night, everybody.
Goodbye.
Bye, everyone.
Goodbye.